Welcome everyone to Total Party Kills. We made it. We're in. We're here in the dungeon with the dragons, slaying heroes like you. Each and every one of you has walked into the Scabby Rooster Tavern. Welcome everybody. I already see some amazing friends in the chat. We got some fierce conversation happening here right off at the top, and I'm super excited about it. You might notice tonight on Total Party Kills, it's ladies' night. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. Both Gogar potentially joining us later on, but Drongus nowhere to be seen. I was having a conversation with Mr. Michael Axelson, and there was a bit of a contract dispute. And due to that contract dispute, I told him there was no way that we were going to add more corn dogs to the stream. He walked out in a rage, and I'm holding firm. So we'll see if next Monday he doesn't show up. But as it stands, until this contract negotiation comes back around, we will not necessarily see what happens to Drongus. I'm going to be playing him as an NPC. So that means that I'm going to be doing a lot of fun things. If we hit our donation goals, I'm going to have each of you create lines of dialogue that Drongus will speak. So if we hit any of our donation goals, I will take suggestions from the chat for things that Drongus could say to the world. And there'll be a reason for that. But you'll find out here shortly as to what that reason is. I hope everybody out there is doing well. Look, we've got a lot of friends in the chat. I know our players here were helping to keep some of you entertained. We took a little bit longer to get live here. We had to make some adjustments due to the last minute change up in our lineup. These overlays don't handle themselves, and so we had to fix some things up so that we could stream this high quality dungeoneering. We're fighting we are the monsters, but we're fighting the heroes of the world. And I can see a lot of you already going wacko with the skulls. If you've been gearing up and watching us do the broom closet, painting like crazy. I only got a few hobby nights in last week, but I did stream. I was streaming a couple nights. I had to take a couple extra off, but we are really striving to be present for all of you in the broom closet more often than not. Most nights of the week, you're going to be able to come and hang out and chill. Typically, I'm streaming over there at like 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which I know is super late for other folks. That's just kind of when it happens. I might start doing some daytime streams, but it all depends on how my workload with Hunter's Entertainment and a few other places kind of starts to level out as I'm a freelancer and do a lot of stuff on the side. But hey, you didn't come to hear me talk about my work life, did you? You came here to watch some monsters kick some ass using this Roll20 map that's floating in front of us. Maybe I should go over to our Hero Forge models just before we start, just so you can get a gander at the beauty of not only the models that we created via Hero Forge, but also a little look-see at who we are dealing with. I don't know. There's a lot of you out there right now. Some of you, I'm sure, statistically speaking, have never watched a Total Party Kills before. That means one of two things. The first thing that it means is that you may not be familiar with all the characters. You may not be familiar with the players. And so tonight is going to be a bit of a treat for you, because the three amigos here are going to go through a lot of this combat by themselves. And they're going to get to really focus in on what their characters' abilities are and potentially save the day. So that's going to be fun. You're going to learn about them. You're going to learn about their characters. But the other thing that it means, if you're new here, you've never watched the show before, is that you're not prepared for the full breadth of insanity that you're about to ride through. So my first suggestion to you is to buckle up, get a beverage, relax, do a little yoga meditation maybe. Prepare yourself mentally and maybe physically. I don't know how you watch Twitch, but prepare yourself for a wild ride. We're going to go hard and heavy tonight. I am excited. We're going to have a good time. KK, welcome back in. And thank you. Thank you for the support. We also got Arden in the chat. Thank you. Everybody, make some noise. Show everybody some tankards, a little bit of excitement, hype in the chat, if you don't mind, as we're about to begin here. But we have a little long-standing tradition. First of all, these introductions become quite large. But I think that's fun. I think it's fun for us to sit and talk like friends because that's what we are. We're hanging out together and then we play some D&D. So if you're just biting it tooth and nail, waiting for us to start rolling dice and playing characters and talking funny, then don't worry, that's on its way. But before it goes, we have a little tradition that we've sort of started, since we don't have the soul coin that we pass around for making funny. We have been leaning upon the Nobo Show to provide us with a conversation starter. So, Nobo, what is tonight's conversation starter?
Tonight's conversation starter is my go-to conversation starter of all time, which is, how many pillows do you sleep with?
All right. How many pillows do you sleep with? Chad, if you have answers to that, you can start to seed your answers into the chat right now. But before we do that, let's say hi to everybody else. We're going to start over here in the far top corner. Christine, guess what? You're up first. Surprise.
Hello, I'm Christine. I play Sh. Sh is a Kenku druid. I don't have my own language, so I mimic everything. I take copious notes throughout the show, write down things that my fellow players have said, and Nox's various NPCs, and then keep them for all time and pull out those quotes at the most surprising or inconvenient of moments. As for pillows, I am a very boring back sleeper who sleeps with one pillow.
One pillow. Okay. Good
Yep.
to know. Good to know. Okay, Soshi, why don't you talk to everybody a little bit about who you're playing, what you do on the internet, and how many pillows you sleep with?
Hi, I'm Shoshana, and I play Shmi, the hook horror, who likes to think of herself as a hook friend. She's very strong, and she speaks with a slow and confident manner that is often misinterpreted as intelligence, but she is in fact quite simple.
And what about your pillow usage?
Oh, yes. I also am a very boring back sleeper who sleeps with one pillow and has never understood the need for other pillows. I don't understand it.
I don't know what we were expecting. Like, I don't know. Like, I know Nobo is going to have some weird answer, but I don't know what we were expecting. How many pillows do you... I sleep with a pillow. You know, like that's an average. I think it's a fine question. It doesn't mean that you're boring. It just means that's kind of what it is. Most people sleep with one pillow. Perhaps we should vet these.
I don't know if most people do.
I don't know. I guess that was what we were trying to find out here, but I don't know that we have a definitive answer. Okay, Nobo, talk to people a little bit about who you are, what you do on the internet, and who you're playing, and then please explain to us the pillow thing.
Right. Okay, so I'm Nobo. I play Toggle. Toggle is a little kobold, small of size and black of scale. She's real noodly. She can be clever at times and otherwise at other times. She's sort of the leader of the group, in that people listen to what she has to say, which is very nice. Thank you, everyone. So I never used to sleep with a pillow until a doctor told me I should start doing that because I'm a side sleeper and my neck was like at a direct
zero
side.
Pillow? You were a zero pillow?
I was a zero pillow. And then I saw a doctor who said, "What happened to your body?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And they're like, what's your pillow situate? That's where perhaps it started. This conversation started. The doctor was like, "How many do you have?" And I said 0. He said, "Fix that." And so I sleep with one at my head. And then in quarantine, I've gotten real into pillows. I want to be comfortable in this hovel.
Was the first doctor, before we go further, was the one doctor that you went to go see originally named Jerry Rambo, and was he at like a shopping center?
No, near a shopping center, but no. It's good now. Now I have like neck pillows, leg pillows, knee pillows, wedges, big snake pillows. I have one that's shaped like a shrimp.
You've just gone all in on pillows now.
Yeah.
Can you give us a pillow count?
I went from 0 to 100.
100.
Basically.
100.
All right.
So it's less like it's a mattress and some pillows, and more like you've constructed a mattress that you wedge yourself into every night.
Me and my husband share a full-size bed with 50 pillows.
Does your husband have space in the bed, or have you forced them to sleep on the floor?
They're okay.
They're all right. So we'll check in with Joe later. So that's great. Okay, pillow conversation.
Pillow talk, if you will.
Pillow talk. To add to this, since we only have a few players with us, I will say I use a lot of pillows. I use a lot of pillows. I don't really know from night to night how many pillows I'm going to utilize, but I have probably anywhere between 13 and 27 pillows on my bed at any given point. And I usually knock a lot of them off. I throw them around. It's a very, in my mind, Mediterranean viewpoint on seating and bed area, just to have them just in case. And sometimes I'll use them for my knees. I'll use them for my neck. I'll use them for to elevate if I want to elevate. I don't know.
I've never understood that. Like when I show up places and I see so many pillows in the bed, I assume they're all decorative. And I'm like, why would you decorate a bed with so many pillows that you have to move?
You just have to take them off.
You've got a dirty floor.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You just got a dirty, cluttered floor.
When we're in the meat space again, Christine, I'll show you a good back sleeping pillow. It's a knee wedge. You're gonna love it.
But it goes under your knees even though you're lying straight?
Yeah.
I do use them all. I just don't use them all at the same time. Obviously,
It's
just
shaped like a house.
you have a diversity of options, and my floors are super clean, and I've got we vacuumed them very cleanly, and there's rugs down, so it's not like you're throwing them in the garbage every night. But I set them on the side, or just toss them off to the side of the bed. It's a fairly large bed, so we can.
But I traveled once, and the room had so many pillows on the bed that when I had to put them on the floor, there was no floor space for my luggage.
It's true. You shouldn't do that for a guest room.
I couldn't even put my stuff down in the room.
Yeah.
I had to make a choice. Do I sleep with all these pillows, or do I have room to put my belongings?
I often need to feel confined. I need to feel like I'm in a.
I love that. Trapped.
Like a trap. Yeah.
You know what?
coffin.
That must be it, because I'm the opposite. I like to know that I have a lot of space to move around in.
Now, seal me in a box and put me 6 feet under, and I am
Yes.
like a babe in heaven. So anyway, that's our sleeping conversation. Glad we had it. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing tonight. Again, if you're first in the door here and you haven't been around in the past, this is the best and only D&D Reverse Dungeon Crawl on Twitch. We're back. We have some giveaways tonight. We want to interact with you in chat. You're one of us in all of this, and we need your support. The monsters very much need your support tonight. There's only 3 of them, and they have one of the more difficult fights that I've arranged, and we're mid-fight. And I'm not, I hope that Drongus is doing well. Mike Axelson isn't with us. That's all right. Jordan has work situations. We understand that. So Gogar's going to be on autopilot. These are acceptable things. It's just a D&D game. But I can't course correct. We're going forward. So we're going to keep moving. But you have the opportunity to help change this game. Quite simply, every time that you watch anything here on the Scabby Rooster Tavern, you're collecting skulls. Now, skulls are our in-chat dungeon currency, and everything you watch earns you these skulls. Each of you can create NPCs that will live and labor within the dungeons, and the monsters are going to require your aid in rebuilding their dungeon home, defending it, and stocking it with valuable and necessary supplies and wealth. So I believe we've got Vesperilla, our sometimes friendly cat girl, in the Rakshasa in the chat right now. She runs the shop. She can help you or any of our moderators. So if you see someone with a sword next to their name, they are the stalwart bouncers of this tavern. We ask that you give them the respect and the courtesy that they quite frankly deserve. But while they're there, they're going to make sure that you know exactly what you need to be able to move forward. You have the choice of creating either a goblin or a kobold. You can add scrolls, you can give health potions, and advantage items. So if you donate any of these things, you're going to be able to help either the monsters or myself. If you can spare some change for the Scabby Rooster Tavern, we want to reward you. And we understand we don't expect anything from any of our viewers other than their time and their attention. So if you're in here with us now, you're doing everything that you need to do to help support the channel. However, we would as always ask that you make some noise for us on social media. But also, if you do have an extra shekel or two, you can throw it into Twitch and you can donate it to us. If we have a subscriber goal met, or if we have a donation or a bits goal met, or any of the bars that you see to the left of your screen, if any of those fill, we're going to trigger a couple of giveaways because we have some amazing sponsors for our campaign. And Roll20 has been kind enough to sponsor us, as has Hero Forge. And you can see the amazing work that we were able to do digitally right next to me here. These are all monsters that were created using the Hero Forge 2.0 color system, and we've had some amazing conversations with all of you. As our Discord is open, if you haven't already, please join it. But our Discord has been used to start a conversation between us and you, the audience, where you get to create heroes and potentially minions and other allies that can join into this story. So you can go to heroforge.com, you can make yourself a model, and you can submit it to the Hero Forge cupboard in the Scabby Rooster Discord. It might be chosen to show up here. You might see it on screen, and the players then will have the joy of destroying that character or helping to nurture that character along the way. We just got a huge little boost from the Pixel Circus. Pixel Circus, thank you for coming through again. They just gifted some subs to all of you. And if you aren't familiar with Pixel Circus, excuse my French, but what the parlez-vous are you doing? Get yourself over to the Pixel Circus and drop them a follow. They are amazing people, a lot of really creative and talented folks that are running tabletop RPG material themselves right here on Twitch. Just so you all know, this Friday I will be performing as one of the players, a guest player, on Failed Save, which happens on Friday night. I believe the start time is 7 p.m. Pacific Standard. I will find me in Discord or on social media. Just pay attention to social media. I'm at Eaten by Potchki, or you can even check on the Scabby Rooster social media, and you'll hear more about that. However, I'll talk about all that later as well. Thank you so much, Pixel Circus. By the way, that gets us halfway to our first subscriber goal, which if we hit any of these bars, the first one that we hit, we're going to give away a set of dice. So somebody's going to win some clacky math rocks in the chat. You don't have to do anything at all to enroll in the giveaways. All that has to happen is that you're watching and present when we hit our goals. The other thing that's going to happen is that if we get to 50% of our donation goal financially, we're gonna give away another set of dice. If we hit 100% of that goal, we are going to give away a Hero Forge miniature, meaning one person, one lucky winner within the chat is going to get a giveaway for their very own Hero Forge miniature. You're going to be able to create that, and it's going to be mailed to you physically for you to be able to paint up. And if you have any questions about how to go through with the painting of that, you can just find me here on Twitch in the broom closet while I'm working on painting miniatures, and we can figure out exactly how to paint your figure the right way, which is whatever way you want to do it. That's the spoilers, really, quite frankly. The right way to paint any miniature is the way that you want, but I can help you with some technique and can certainly guide you along in that process. Either way, we've spoken a little bit about the Hero Grinder in the Discord. We've talked a little bit about our donation goals. We've talked about Vesperilla, our sometimes friendly Rakshasa cat girl, how to interact with chat, how to get those healing potions and scrolls in. Everything that you do is going to help you build and accumulate skulls. You're going to spend those skulls. You're going to help to make the monsters grow and flourish as they fight in this tooth and nail combat that is about to happen. But before any of that occurs, before anything else happens, I need to play the introduction. So enjoy. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
pillows
which
for the air.
was is no longer. The known world has changed. Where brilliant and beautiful cities once stood, now only ruin and desolate fields remain. During the wars of the Third Age, magic ravaged the lands in enormous arcane storms, and entire nations sank beneath the ground, covered in rock and buried deep in the caverns below. But where old civilizations were destroyed, new, different life grew anew. Factions arose in the dark corners of those underground cities, and the power of Lamashtu, the mother of monsters, goddess of chaos, flourished in those dark places. A network of tunnels, passages, and layers spread out beneath the world, connecting them all together into the black mirror, Lamashtu's gift. A nation underground, built on the backs of those monsters and creatures that had been shunned by the world above. They had unified, joined together, and as a family, as a nation, they flourished. Of course, the factions of humanity continued to grow in the world above, and aided by the elves and dwarves, they formed new lands and new cities, this time under the rule of a grand theocracy, unified by a single goddess of light and strength, Iomade, the goddess of light. Her power was absolute, and she seeks to become the only goddess within the celestial heavens. Her sister, Lamashtu, her endless foe, and the two sisters warred, and their factions warred against each other. Soon the Alliance of Light marshaled their forces, mighty armies that began besieging the dark places of the world. Combing through the lost ruins, they sought the ancient artifacts and magic that had been lost to them. Powerful waygates, arcane magic circles from the world before. Such magics no longer exist and cannot be easily created. And so, to find them, they must go into the ruins that once belonged to them. However, they do not belong to them now, as the creatures and monsters of this underground nation have claimed these artifacts as their own. And a bloody war ensued. However, it was not a two-sided war, but three. The third and final sister appeared. Urgathoa, the goddess of death, rose. And all that were killed, all that were lain to waste, awoken from that war, rose once more. And now both sides, light and chaos, fought against their dead. Her power is growing, and the threat is undeniable. But these two ancient foes do not agree with one another and will not form any treaties. They continue to fight to the detriment of both. And a small section of dungeon in a remote land, monsters have decided to make their own stand. They have been defending themselves and building their own lair, hoping that this might be the last time they have to rebuild, that they would not be once again set into the wind and forced to find a new home, that they would be able to continue forward and live lives together in peace. They have gathered treasure and minions and built sturdy walls together. Still, the outsiders came, and those interlopers set a trap for them, and now they fight against an angelic host and the risen, resurrected forms of the soldiers that they had already killed. This is the story of those monsters who fight against those that would attack them and their land, plunder their home, and seek to destroy them in the dungeons of the known world. Thank you again for the raid. We just got raided by Norse Foundry. Thank you for coming through. I was in the middle of my very serious introduction for this campaign. We're Total Party Kills. If you're new here, consider dropping a follow to the Scabby Rooster Tavern. We are a group of gamers tonight, but I am Nox, and I'm the Master of Mayhem here. We do a lot of miniature painting and talking. We do Realms Apart on Wednesdays. On every single week, we are constantly doing more and more. Please stay tuned. Hang out with us, get comfortable, jump into the Discord if you want. If you have any questions, our amazing moderators are on hand to help guide you in and get you comfortable. Thank you again, Norse Foundry. Somebody, I think already, has put a shout out to Norse Foundry in there. Amazing purveyors of outstanding goodness. So please give them a follow, find them, and show them some Rooster support. Again, thank you for being with us. Also, Gogar, welcome. What's your favorite? How many pillows do you use, real quick?
Gogar uses one pillow.
Okay, great. Moving on.
Gogar used to have like a tiny, like an arm-sized pillow that Gogar's ex would call a noodle, and it would just like go under the neck or like betwixt the legs or whatever, or like under the armpit. It was just like an extra little bonus pillow for any place you might want some additional softness.
And now that you're a married orc, you no longer have a noodle.
Now I'm the bonus pillow.
You are the noodle. Very well.
Axel said it's like, wait, no, I have the noodle.
All right. The fires burn in the strange braziers that have been set. The stakes and the bundles of fallen debris. Fungal growth and mushroom stalks as tall as buildings and trees. The growth here in this forest is not like that in the world above. It is not what you would expect. This is an underground forest near a lake of black, calm water. It laps against the shoreline, and there it leaves residue of red. Here once stood a village, a fishing village that collected blind underground cave fish and sold them to you within your dungeon lair. You had newly acquired this dungeon lair and had been setting it apart from the rest of the lands here. You have been improving it, working to add new tunnels and layers. However, in all of your work and the improvements that had been done, many secrets had been uncovered. This ancient and forgotten place had a powerful waygate, and beneath that, a number of altars to the goddess Lamashtu. You have gathered your minions. You have given them a place to sleep, the honeycomb. That place now nourishes many goblins and kobolds. An Etten, a gelatinous cube, a shambling mound, other creatures that you've gathered to you. They are more than just allies in battle. They are a part of a family. And that family now is threatened. But you, the core denizens of that lair, have been drawn away as this village was attacked and set ablaze. And you walked directly into what appears to be a trap set specifically for all of you. And were you only being attacked by one side, this would not be so disheartening. But through the waygate, another villain has appeared. A familiar villain. One that is shockingly an aged, elder version of Gogar the Orc Wizard. Twisted in some way to be heartless and cruel. Nothing like the Gogar that you know. But this ancient wizard calls himself the Zarzamoa and has magically attacked your home while you are away. Shmi, the Hokor, and Cathexor, the Beholder, both had learned some of how this had all occurred. It seems that your enemies have been guided to you by this wizard, led here under his malice, and that while you are distracted, and trapped by them. He plans to do something to affect the magic of your Waygate. Still, as was discovered by the Kinku Druid, there is a weakness to this place and to this trap that has been sprung. These burning fires, each of them laden with the bodies of goblins and hobgoblins, burns with magical divine energy. When they are destroyed, the force fields that hold you here and that protect the celestial being that is their leader weaken. You have destroyed one of those pillars. One of them has been directly attacked by a golem and weakened by its strong earthen punch. It seems just a few more strikes and it too will fall. But that is only 2 of many bonfires that have been lit, and they all must be extinguished if you and your companions are to have any chance of escaping or even attacking your foe. Toggle, the kobold trapper, has learned much of how this functions and has been watching the energy fluctuations. It seems that when the braziers and fires are destroyed, there is a very brief moment where the force fields flicker, and there may be an opportunity to attack your foe from range in that moment. Cathexor has transformed himself into what is known as a great beast. To those of you in the chat, the beholder has become a Tyrannosaurus Rex, a very specific shape. Magenta, one giant eye in the center of their head, and tiny little T-Rex arms that are covered in little eyeballs.
And a big ol' ass.
And a big ol' ass, yes. As is Cathexor's signature as a character, I guess. I don't know. Their personality is pretty great, too. They are attacking this force field, charging towards it. Toggle is hiding in some brambles, waiting to strike. This angel that has revealed themselves shows great power and has resurrected all of the fallen soldiers and one of the magicians that they had brought here to attack you. And with that resurrection, they are not undead. They are truly and very much alive now. They have been brought back from the brink. They have prepared themselves, they are armored, and they are attacking all of you as they begin to prepare for their onslaught. Drongus is bleeding profusely. He has healed himself with a number of potions, but is still badly wounded and has been charging and attacking anything and everything nearby. Cathexor is also badly wounded. However, the remainder of all of you have managed to escape much harm. This fight is becoming more intense. There is black, murky water, and a number of grungs have appeared. The small, frog-like people have lent their aid to your fight. It is a small unit of 5, along with a few kobolds and goblins that have found themselves here. Many of the other goblins of this village, though, have been killed, slain to draw you here by their blood. Baby Gogar flies through the air on a majestic white-winged white lion that has been turned from the service of Iomade. Once a servant with a bestial intelligence, it has bonded with all of you and sees you as its new pride. It was somewhat outcast in its previous pride, and you found and drew upon its heart, pulling it to you, to your cause, and now it fights alongside you. Ishra, the copper dragon, is in the air as well, fighting for her father's life. She has been powerful. She has slain many of the warriors herself. She has breathed fire across this battlefield. But it's not enough to win the day. That will be to all of you. Shmi, you are newly arrived here, but you have gathered yourself and you have begun to position yourself to fight and support those who are here. There is a troll as well, fighting alongside all of you. Although very slow, he is powerful. Also, Undead Gogar, the former form of original Gogar, now quite dead and rotten, stands with the Staff of the Magi over here, very close to your foe. I should put her on the map, and I will do so. But we're staying with the original initiative order. We're going to move down that initiative order, and we're going to continue this fight. And I'm going to caution all of you. This is very, very real. I have not nerfed anything. You do not have your Minotaur shield with you tonight. He will be with you for a little while as an NPC. But you need to focus and be ready when your action comes around. So you are first up. Toggle, you're on deck. Starting out this combat, what do you want
all right.
to do?
Well, first of all, I still have concentration up from the last round, so there is still an active maelstrom in the lower right of the map.
Right here.
Yeah, right. So that's relevant for two reasons. One, there's still a pillar in it because one was taken down, one stood. So the maelstrom is still trying to pull that second pillar to the far right.
Yeah.
And two, the three little guys
Piggies.
that just got resurrected back in the middle of the maelstrom.
That is true.
So, so let's see. I think it's another strength saving throw, and then I will roll 66.
Here is a maelstrom for you. How big is it? 20 feet?
It is.
I want to say it's 20 feet.
Actually, it is a 30-foot radius, so 60-foot diameter. It's quite large.
Oh.
And
Okay. So that's about what you're dealing with right there. Is that placed correctly?
let me see. I think it was a little further down. Yeah.
I feel like that's fair. This guy is currently not in it, but his companions are.
Okay.
So there's one, because he was never in it. He was actually the one that was outside of it to begin with. But inside of this, I'll put it on the map layer. There we go, so that we can see. That's what's happening there. That maelstrom, as long as you have concentration, is still attacking that area. This is also near the pillar that you put out. There is a pillar here, and that maelstrom causes damage, doesn't it?
Yes,
Okay.
66. So I just rolled 22.
So because of that, this obviously the fire pillar has no way to save against any damage. It does do less damage because it is an inanimate object. Actually, I'm sorry, it does more damage because it's an inanimate object, but you have yet to destroy it, but you see it breaking away and the bodies of goblins being flung through the air and all of the fungal growth and sticks that have been gathered here to burn are starting to become drenched and the fires are starting to die down. You think that if you can keep that up for another round, you will destroy the second pillar that is underneath your maelstrom, but you have to keep it going.
And then that was just my concentration. So for my actual turn, I am going to move. For some reason I cannot select right now. I don't know why that is not letting me.
Let me see here. Something happened. Control by Where would you like to go? I can move you.
I'm moving south down. To try to get in line with, you basically see there's kind of a nice convenient line from one of those fire pillars through several of the enemies.
Like
so
right
I'm moving.
There? Or no, you don't want to be under
Oh,
a
no,
dinosaur.
down.
Down. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, I put a dinosaur. I put you under a dinosaur.
You moved me up.
Yeah. I put you under a dinosaur. It was just an option that I couldn't resist. Is this good?
Yeah, I think sorry, that moved a little far to the right. I was just gonna move straight down, so about 5 over. Yeah, one more down. and then we should have it.
Okay,
One
and
more
you're not in the
takedown.
water then. You're staying out of the water.
Yes, I'm not going in the water.
Okay.
And now that should allow me a very nice lightning bolt line through our enemies and to, let me ping. I can't ping anything either. For some reason, it's just not letting me interact with the map. But there's, you see to the left of me, there's a pillar just before Istra. So I'm going to try to basically like lightning bolt through our enemies into the pillar.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, that looks accurate.
Okay, so go ahead. You move down here. You're going to cast lightning bolt. Now each of them gets a dexterity save. It looks like you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. It goes all the way to the pillar too, right? So
Yes, it'll hit the pillar.
Hit the pillar. So you're going to do damage to the pillar, and you're also going to hit 4 of these opponents. So what I need to do is make some dexterity saving throws. Go ahead and roll your damage, and
Okay.
let's find out how many of these warriors of Iomade, the soldiers of Eska, how many of them in their white gleaming armor with the golden filigree, how many of them get struck by this bolt of red lightning that shoots out of your claws? That is a dodge. 2 of them didn't. However, 1 of them's out of the way. Wow. Okay. So only 1 of them got out of the way. It was the wizard. So the wizard is going to take half damage.
Okay. And I rolled 24 damage.
Okay, so the wizard jumps out of the way just in time, seeing that you're there casting the spell as these bolts of red lightning kind of strike across your claw. Your eye of Lamashtu lights up, and the wizard looks at you, and eyes go large, and they jump down to the ground just in time as the bolt burns past them and burns their robes across their back, and you can see it sizzle and sort of bubbling flesh on their back as they hit the ground. And then the other 3, unaware, looking towards Drongus and the other warriors that are marching across the pathway towards the angel, not paying attention to you, are struck full blow in the back by this bolt of lightning. So they all take 24, and it knocks them forward. None of them are down, but they're all very, very badly wounded by the strike. Now, finally, the pillar is hit as well, and a big blast incinerates part of the pillar, and it starts to crumble and tips over, but it is still burning, although it's now pretty badly damaged. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
That's it.
Okay, next up, it's Toggle. Shmi, you're on deck. Toggle, what would you like to do?
So Toggle is going to creep forward to as close to the barrier as she can through this bramble.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take these actions. Am I still obscured?
You can stop right there. That's as far as you can go before you
Okay.
hit that bubble. I'll try to give
Okay.
you a little bit of a barrier here so that you are able to see sort of what I'm talking about. But either way. Okay, so is there anything else? Let me put some context in here for you
Thank you.
so that you can as you
Yeah,
get
I knew it
closer-
was in this area.
Yeah, as you get closer, whoops, that's too many. As you get closer, you see the angel hovering in the air, just slightly above you, in the center of a circle of her own. And that circle is emblazoned with holy symbols, and they're spinning into and out of the ground and in the air itself. And they look like a waygate, sort of, as if waygate symbols were spinning around them in these concentric circles, like an astrolabe, as they spin wildly around the figure. And that is going so fast that from a distance, it looks just like a bubble, right?
Oh, God.
And that bubble is protecting her. Now, the other thing that you see in the force field is the jester, and that jester with the golden mask and who's laughing and taunting all of you is lounging on a step of stones and is currently juggling apples, kind of lackadaisically juggling, watching all of this happen, and you hear snickering and laughter from the figure as they do this. You are able to do anything you want, but you do sense the power of this energy from this force field, and you don't feel that getting any closer to it would be conducive to a long life.
Nice. Okay, well, 2 years ago, as the campaign flies,
Yes.
I picked up a mysterious...
Are we going to go through all of your items that you have never identified and used?
You knew
Okay.
that... Okay,
Sorry.
I'm not going to identify it. I don't have skills like that. All I know is that this is poison. It's not identified poison, but I want to poison 3 of my daggers.
Okay.
So
It's
that's what I'm
unidentified
doing.
poison. You're poisoning 3 daggers as you're still hidden there. I need you to make a stealth check, just to make sure, because you rolled very well on your stealth before, but I need you to roll again.
Sure thing.
Yep.
Boop, boop. Let me just remember how to do this. Sorry.
Thank you, everybody, for
Sorry.
your support. If you've been buying minions
16.
or any sort of advantages, remember that Monsters tiers are half price today. No, I'm kidding. Monsters tiers are not half price today. I was just saying that to get a look out of the players, but they didn't even really notice.
It's a 16.
Okay, a 16 is not great for you. That's because
It's
you
not
rolled a
great.
3. That's about as bad as you can do.
Uh,
Okay.
Well,
Is there anything you want to do? Do you have luck or anything like that?
No, I do have luck, but I also have another ability that I got with my level.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, 1 sec. I'm sliding over to that the thing. Features and traits. Okay, so I have Supreme Sneak. I have advantage on a stealth check,
Okay,
so I'll
you
go
gotta
ahead and roll again.
Yeah, you got to roll again.
That's a fun new move for me. 29,
Oh,
baby.
yeah, this time you rolled a 16, and with the plus 13, that makes it 29.
Beautiful.
You're a shadow in the wind. And-
Poisoning daggers.
with poisoning
in
daggers.
that wind.
Is there anything else that you want to do? Do you have a bonus action you want to enact?
I keep thinking of this like Pathfinder. I mean, I would ready a dagger.
Okay, so you're preparing that, and these daggers, you've dipped them in this poison. And as you open and uncork the vial, this heavy, acrid sort of smoke fizzles out of it. And your daggers take the poison, but I need you to make a nature check.
Can do. Nature.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 9.
You don't recognize it. This is some sort of unnatural venom. You think it might be demonic.
Nice.
Okay, so from that, we're going down to Shmi. Shmi, you're acting. Drongus is technically up, who is an NPC, followed by Cathexor, who's now also an NPC. I will keep them in initiative order, but Gogar, you're the next player on deck. So I'll be doing some NPC actions, but then you're going to be on deck. And then at the end of the round, all of the other minions and your enemies are going to attack at the end of the round. And once the angel gets involved, I'm going to be rolling initiative for the angel. So the angel will not be operating on those terms. But that's how the rest of this is going to operate. Shmi, what would you like to do?
Well, I believe when we last left Shmi, she was engaged in combat helping out Drongus.
That is true. But Drongus now is charging forward, not in combat. Drongus killed everything over here, started to move, and then all of your foes were resurrected. And if you haven't looked at the map closely, there are foes behind you, there are foes in a maelstrom, there are foes in front of you.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Yes. I see the ones directly in front of me, and I see no reason not to attack them.
Okay. Where would you like to... You can move, you can perform actions, you can attack, you can do whatever you like.
Yep, I'm gonna move to this one right there. And I'm going to attack. And I get 2 attacks. So I'm a monk. Oh, forgot to add that in, that's fine. That's actually a 16,
Okay.
and that's a 21.
Okay, so
I just mistyped everything.
that's okay. That's fine. So you got a 16 and a 21. Can you, for some reason I'm having trouble seeing Shmi here. Where are you?
Oh, I'm down at the very bottom.
I see you now. You're down here, and these two just rose, and you're attacking this one. You attack twice, and you got a 16 and a 21. The 16 misses, the 21 hits.
Great.
So go ahead and roll damage for your first strike, and then are you going to turn this into a flurry of blows?
I am, because that was successful.
Because you can monk it up right now.
Yeah.
And just doing a quick stock of the other players. You are the beefcake tonight. So.
Oh boy.
If Jolliver here, he would call you the ground round of his heart. But you know.
So 10 points of damage.
Okay, you slash your hook across the shield of the foe. They stumble backwards, throwing their sword up. They still seem a little dazed from the resurrection, but there's like a faint golden glow upon them. And their skin is almost luminescent, as if it's glowing from the inside. And their eyes have a golden pallor to them. But they look to you. And there's a serenity, despite the fact that you see that more blood is trickling down their white vestments.
Interesting. We'll try and hit them one more time and see what happens.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, your second strike with flurry of blows, your hook is blocked by their sword, and you're locked in a parry. And the foe pulls close to your face. You're much larger than this human. Go ahead.
Whoops. Oh no, I just forgot I get 2 attacks with 3 of those. The second one's 18.
18 hits. You just barely slid in there, but you got it. So go ahead and roll damage. So your second strike, though, he pulls you close, and you can hear in Undercommon they say something that you don't understand because you don't speak Overcommon. But they say something disdainful.
I don't understand you.
It's something disdainful. They're like spitting words at your face. And then you swing your hook again as you apologize for not being able to understand them. And this time you hit, and you do 9 points of damage.
I do.
And they're bleeding even more heavily as the two of you are locked in combat. Do you have anything else, Shmi?
No, that is all of my action.
Okay. Drongus is still raging and charges forward into these foes right here by this pillar. The ones that have just been struck. Immediately, Drongus swings and gets 3 attacks. Misses once, but hits 2 other times. This foe, having already been dealt a grievous blow from Shh and her red lightning strike, is killed. So one of the foes is immediately dropped back down as the battle axe is soaking in blood, and Drongus roars. He is further into a rage than you have seen him in a very long time. For those of you who are longtime companions of Drongus, you've seen this before, but it is rare. Drongus is truly and utterly summoning the power of Lamashtu through the beast, and has red, glowing eyes, an enormous great axe that he is swinging. His muscles are brimming and fuming, and he's covered in sweat as his golden horn shimmers as he swings wildly, severing the torso from the legs of one of these soldiers, and blood just spews everywhere, and then he roars in victory. And from above you see his daughter circling above, and she shrieks as she prepares to dive down. That's Drongus' attack. Next up is Cathexor. Cathexor is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, or great beast as you know it in Mortal, and is charging towards this force field. And Ryan Omega had given the clear indication that they did not care. They were going to go through that force field one way or another. And they were hoping that one of the force fields would be, or one of the pillars of fire would be destroyed, offering a momentary glimmer that might let them pass through. However, so far this round, while damaged, no pillars have been destroyed.
We tried, Ryan.
I know. The great beast just charges forward. Its enormous reptilian claws pummel the earth around you, and it rumbles underneath your feet as this tremor, like an earthquake, shakes the ground. Cathexor roars mightily. It's a roar that you've never heard before. then you hear on top of that, "Ah, I'm gonna get you!" as Cathexor rams into the force field. And it immediately sparks. And magical energy backlashes. And the great beast form disintegrates back down into Cathexor as his spell is broken. And this ball of magenta flesh, mullet, and ass is hurtled across the battlefield. And the T-Rex disappears as Cathexor reappears and hits a tree. With a loud thud, the tree breaks and Cathexor rolls into the water, unconscious. And you see his body kind of floating there as his eyes are splayed out in the black murky water. A number of grung appear out of the water and start trying to pull him in his giant form with vines, trying to pull him away from the action so he doesn't get damaged again. So that you all know, you don't know where he is, but it seems like Cathexor is very badly wounded. I did pay attention to how many hit points Ryan had. I did roll dice for how much damage was done by the force field because I knew this was going to happen. And I can tell you right now, if anyone wants to make a medicine check from a distance, I will give it to you at a disadvantage.
Right now, sure. I can try a medicine check.
That's just a situational kind of awareness. If you, as you've been watching, did you notice something? Toggle, you got a 14. That's pretty good. Yeah, not doing well. You think he might be dying.
I got an 11. You said disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. I'm sorry. I didn't see the second number. So 11. You don't know. He doesn't look good. You still got an 18 with a disadvantage. You're certain that he's dying. And for game terms, he's going to be making death saving throws. He does have a full slate of them though, and I'm not going to be making them. You are.
What?
Yeah. So you're not going to make one this round until the end, and then you're going to roll for Cathexor, and we're going to see how that works out. But Cathexor is unconscious and needs medical assistance. The Grungs seem to be protecting him though, so that these warriors don't, try to slay him or do anything. But they have other things to worry about. This raging barbarian and this dragon are straight up in their grill. So we're going to see how that works out. All right. So with that, it brings us to our next player, Gogar, the Sophisticate. Baby Gogar, riding the White Lion.
Okay, mechanical question here. Just a little jiggery, pokery with the rulesery. If we were to knock out a pillar at the end of the initiative order, does it just kind of exist for the wee amount of turn that is left, or does it exist until the next turn and that order comes back around again? Like
if you knock out a pillar, it is gone. It immediately, on that turn, it is negated. It will flicker for a undisclosed amount of time. Mm-hmm. If Gogar's trying to figure this out, make me an Arcana check.
Very well. That's a worthwhile Arcana check.
Gogar, that is not a great roll for you. It's an 11.
No, look, Gogar is a wizard. He is not the smartest wizard.
No, it's true.
It's just the hardest working.
It's true. It's the hardest working wizard, which we all love. So, listen, you don't know exactly, but I'll tell you this much, because Gogar does care a lot. So, you think, you're not certain, that there will be a pulse of unstable magic, meaning that it won't immediately just close, but you think it needs to be timed so that, mechanically speaking, you're going to want to have people hold actions and then attack right before somebody does something else, which means you all need to be in communication. And luckily, Baby Gogar has that on lockdown, since Baby Gogar has used his orc mind powers to link you all together in a giant group chat. So, I'll leave it to you with that information. I could tell you more if you want to keep studying it, but it's going to take an action from you. So you could study it, and I'll let you make another Arcana check. If that's what you want.
Gogar is not going to study it. More, at least for now, Gogar is going to use the flying speed of this winged lion, or flying lion, flying lion. That's the best one. That's the best one. In order to travel here, next to this fine young gentleman that is unfortunately still alive.
Okay.
And that move done,
Right,
Gogar will be flinging a fury ball. Right? Probably. This seems like to be the wisdom. Into the mass of gentlemen, what is running in the direction of the anti-magic field, before they have a chance to really consummate that action.
Can you ping that individual that you're trying to get to not consummate with the force field?
We'll be fireballing this region here to catch all these little guys.
That is a big old fireball, and you're gonna do it in a way that doesn't hit Drongus, of course.
Yeah, that's the hope.
All right.
Otherwise, he's a big boy.
He is a big boy who's bleeding profusely out of multiple wounds. So, real quickly before we go any further, I have 5 honeys from chat for Toggle. That's 5 honeys. You got 5 advantages. I got 5 baby bottle green teas for baby Gogar. I've got 5 shinies.
Yay!
Yep, that's right. I've got 4 scraps for Shmi. I've got a single monsters tier, and it rolls down the side of my face because I feel desperately that you do not love me anymore as your dungeon master. But that's all right. I will do the best that I can without the monsters tier. To be honest, you probably don't want to give those to me tonight. I don't need them. Given the situation, I think it might be better that you do continue to give the players their love. I will only tease you a little bit, and with a single tear rolling down my cheek, I will wink at you so that we all understand one another what I really mean. Wink. And I'm going to say wink, just to make sure it's clear. A scroll for Gogar and a scroll for Shh. Cathexor has 4 potions, which Cathexor cannot use because Cathexor is currently in death saving throws. But if Cathexor comes back out, I will make every one of his remaining actions to take those potions. Toggle, you have 5 potions. Shmi, you have 5 potions. Gogar, you have 4 potions. Drongus has 3 potions. Also, 1, my choice. But it says falling from the sky into a nearby bush. So that's what happens. The only bush is the one that Toggle's in, so I'm going to say it falls into that bush right there.
Nice.
But you don't have it, Toggle. You're going to have to pick it up. That's going to take a bonus action. All right?
Wait. What is it?
It's a potion that fell out of the sky.
Oh, okay.
It
I heard it, though.
Yeah, you saw a potion bottle fall. You don't know where it came from, but it just fell. You know that there are other kobolds in here. You think maybe they dropped it? All right.
Can we possibly know what the scrolls are? Might
yeah,
be
I can let
relevant.
you know what the scrolls are right now. I have to get to my list, though, so give me a moment. After I come back, we're going to deal with the rest of Gogar's turn, and that's going to be the end of the player round, and we're going to deal with the NPCs and your enemies. So be prepared for that. Uh-oh. There are minions coming. There are minions on their way.
They are afoot.
They are afoot. Shh. Your scroll is the spell Aid, which is a 2nd level abjuration spell. You should look it up. I do think it's going to help you, actually. Wow. Yeah, it's actually pretty good for this situation. Lucky draw. All right. The next one is for Gogar. I'm going to reroll that. It's just not fair to give you dark vision. The dark vision spell doesn't exist down here. Okay. This is definitely a Gogar spell. You get a scroll of gaseous form, 3rd level transmutation. And for
Gogar
Gogar,
finally becomes that which he is make the most.
yeah, you were going to turn into baby fart, and that is going to
Gogar
be the
farts
magic.
so hard he has become the fart.
Yeah, that is true. All right, so that's it. Thank you, chat, for your support. Definitely
Kind
going
of
to be useful
impressive to
here.
imagine, actually. You know?
if you got those scrolls and you're sitting on them, this is definitely the fight to spin them. There are
That
some
is
minions.
why-
They're going to come in later.
That is why Gogar will be casting one right now. He has emerged over here and he has eschewed the plan to fireball, and instead will be chain lightning this guy right here.
Amazing.
And
You are
then
going
the
to hit
other
the
3
troll.
targets shall be this guy, and this wizard.
Okay. Oh, so you can start it anywhere. It doesn't start from you?
It starts from the guy, the first target.
Oh, okay. That's chain lightning.
The
Okay.
other 3, chain
Okay,
lightning. The other
okay.
3 targets must be within 30 feet of that guy.
So there's a strike
Or down.
of lightning that actually appears from a cloud above, and it pummels down in a pillar. It hits that first one, and then it bounces through. They all get dexterity saving throws, correct?
Yes. It looks like the dexterity saving throw, according to a 6th level scroll, is 17.
None of them leap out of the way. They've been struck, and 2 of them have already been hit with lightning this turn. So you can guess how that's going to end. But go ahead and give me damage, please, Gogar.
Very well. Gogar must, let's see. Also, it seems, make a spellcasting ability check to determine if he can cast the spell.
Okay.
Gogar will be meditating upon this action with a T.
Okay.
That
so
seems very important.
you're going to get an advantage on your roll. Remember, if you have an inspiration, that allows you to re-roll once. So if anybody has inspiration, or if I give you inspiration during this fight, they can save your butt. And Toggle has luck. If anybody else has the luck feat, that allows you to re-roll any dice 3 times a game. So, or a short rest technically. But
Now, does Gogar get a proficiency bonus on a
Yes.
spellcasting ability check?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
yes.
In that case, we are looking at +6. Gogar can do this.
17, you can do it. You barely, but you can do it. It was a complicated spell, but your baby mind figures it out.
There we go.
All right.
So he is succeed. He has go beyond plus ultra, and then the spell is land.
Yes. None of them are able to get out of the way. As this bolt of green lightning shoots out of the darkened cave sky. This cavern is enormous. You can barely see the top of it, but there are stalagmites and stalactites everywhere in the middle of this lush forest that has been burnt to a crisp by these fires. The trees have been felled. All of the buildings have been destroyed. How much damage did you do, Gogar?
46.
Guess what? There are exploded Knights of Eska, armor, gore, and just screaming pain as the 3 of them are destroyed.
This guy right over here. This guy.
Oh. Well,
He was in there.
all right. Well, I'll do this. It was that guy, not the other guy.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
The other guy was actually too far away.
All right. And the wizard. You got the other wizard. So no competition for you.
It
Dead.
was the dude, and then 3 other targets. So actually, this dude also dies. This guy lives.
Oh, okay.
This
Well,
guy's fine.
I destroyed him anyway. Okay, so that's it. All 4 of them, you've cleared them out. You cleared out the way. And Drongus is enraged by this action. And you see that he looks back at you and he snorts and he turns back. You can see for a moment in his red, rage-filled eyes that he was thinking about hitting the baby with an axe. But then he turned and he comes back, and the troll and the dragon, they're looking for new foes. I think they spot this lone soldier here. You were also worried about these soldiers when they came back last session, and now look at what's happened. All right.
Gogar going to, stare back at Drongus menacingly with his tiny little shiv. His bloody shiv.
Yep. You think he respects that. He doesn't say anything. He's just on full rage mode. But that is how that is going. All right.
Thank you for that scroll ages ago, chat. Gogar has another one just like it. Also from chat. Thank you again for the future. That's coming up.
All right. Okay, so that is the end of the round for the players. That means we're dealing with minions. I'm going to deal with the minions of the dungeon first. We already know what Cathexor and Drongus have done. We have the troll, and the troll is very slow, but he's going to be able to make it to this foe. The troll runs up and attacks with a claw bite, attempting to slay this foe, and gets a natural 20. Hits the second attack, misses the third. So the bite does double damage, and the claw lands. And we're going to see how much damage the troll does. Probably not enough to kill it, but because these are very tough soldiers. No, doesn't kill, but the troll picks up the soldier and bashes them into a rock and follows through with a pile driver, ramming the soldier into the dirt as rocks explode around them. And the troll roars out,
"Oh yeah, you like that, don't you? Bugger, die!"
and tries to crush this this warrior, the soldier. However, the soldier still stands and fights, standing back up, grabbing their sword, covered in their own blood and filth from the ground. They rip their white cloak free. It flutters through the wind. They draw their sword and they charge. Ishra, in the same moment, flies over and doesn't see other foes over here, ignores the troll, and then comes to where the dragon, or I'm sorry, the white lion and Gogar are. And rather than breathe flame, she lands right here in between these two soldiers. A tail whips out, and she bites at the other one with a claw as well. So, Ishra, the young adult copper dragon, attacks and hits both foes. Thank you so much, Dabichi. We got 500 bits. That gets us closer to our goal. If you're not paying attention to what's happening right now, those bars to my left, if we fill those up, we're going to be doing some giveaways. Vesperilla, our friendly Rakshasa cat girl, is going to be in the shop helping you to spend all of your skulls. Any donations, of course, get you a certain number of skulls as well. So you will be able to use those, Dabichi, to purchase more benefits for the players here as well tonight. Thank you for your support. All right, so the tail of the copper dragon lashes out. The head rears back as she bites downward. Oh, I already rolled that. Sorry, she had already hit. So it's damage. I got excited. I was making noises. Sorry, chat. All right, so the one that got hit with the tail strike is knocked prone. All right, right in front of the white lion and baby Gogar. This warrior here is immediately grappled and pinned by Ishra as she leaps forward and claws and bites down. You see a gush of blood and the rending of metal as the pristine armor of this soldier is rent and torn, and you hear the metal and then the scream of the soldier as they hit the ground. That is what happened there. I have now the Grung who drag Cathexor. He's very big, so they can only get him to about there. But they do drag Cathexor a little away from all of the nonsense here. I'm going to actually say, no, they need him in the water because he's able to be moved there. They can't take him out of the water, so they're kind of pushing him along, letting him, because he's buoyant, float there. And they're making sure that his mouth's not covered. Although, you don't think the Grung are sure as to whether or not beholders even breathe. So, who knows? But they've done their best. There are a number of goblins that have appeared. And Toggle, you're in your bush and you're watching, and you feel a tug. You knew that the kobolds were in here, but all of a sudden you see a big wide face with these dark eyes and these floppy weird looking ears and a big underbite, and they have these little tusks that are filled with jagged teeth, and you see a goblin appear. Hey.
Yes, hello. Hello?
Where are you?
Yes.
You don't think the goblin sees you. The goblin's like moving around. Toggle.
Okay.
Toggle.
You're gonna blow my cover.
Oh, What? You think I'm gonna blow your cover?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Should I
What's
go?
your name?
Should I go? Gob the Goblin.
Okay, Gob.
You can just call me Gob the Goblin.
Yep, that's Hop the Goblin. Thank you for. Okay, we'll talk
It's
after.
my name. Is this a bad
Well-
time?
No, it's not the best time.
I was thinking earlier, if we continue to decorate the dungeon, maybe
Okay.
we could put a new hot tub in of healing potions.
Yeah, that didn't go very well. You all peed in it.
Yeah, I like to pee in the pool water.
Right. Okay, so we'll talk about this later, Gob the Goblin.
Okay, I'll go now.
Okay.
What, should I do something?
You know what? Maybe you could just stay in here and just say nothing.
Oh, is there something else I can do? Because I don't think I can do that.
It's really dangerous out there, so you could wander into one of the towers of
What
flame.
if I draw up plans for a new hot tub filled with healing potions?
You know what? I think that's a great idea. Can you go ahead and
I'm
do
gonna
that
start.
for me?
I once saw somebody draw something, so
Mhm.
I think maybe I could give it a shot. Maybe I'm good. Maybe
You
I'm
might
real
be.
good. Maybe
This
I'll
might be your
famous.
calling.
I might be famous.
Yeah,
They'll ask for my art everywhere.
Gob the Goblin.
Yeah, Gob the Goblin. I could sign it if I knew how to
You
write.
could sign it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need
How
to
do you
know
spell
how to write.
Gob the Goblin? Go ahead and make a
You-
second stealth roll,
God
please.
damn it.
You still get your advantages, but
I sure do. Plus 13.
you could always roll a natural one, though.
It's true. I wouldn't
Just
like
as a-
that.
Just gonna throw that out there as this goblin. Oh!
God damn it!
You rolled a natural one with a plus 13. It just feels like bad luck. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna.
go ahead and roll it again, because you did it with an advantage, so that may not stick. Okay, now you got 28. Now, as long as you don't roll, Nobo,
Yeah,
are you listening?
I am listening.
As long as you do not roll another natural one, you are going to be free of the natural one. It will not actually
Thank you.
cause you a problem. But before
Okay.
you roll, I just want to be real clear about this. If you do roll a natural one, we ignore the 28 and you take the
But-
natural one, and then we roll it again to see if you get another natural one. And if you get a third natural one, it counts as 3 natural ones. It doesn't count as like 1 natural one and then 2 natural ones. It actually counts as 3 natural ones.
Very well. I agree to your terms.
Okay. I accept your agreement, I guess.
I mean, this
let's-
is the terms
Wait,
that I've
wait.
agreed to.
Well, I mean, before you roll, though, I really want
Yes.
to make sure that we set here. Let's set the mood. Well, that didn't work. That's disappointing. I'm
gonna roll.
Hold on. Don't roll yet. Don't roll yet.
Okay.
I got this. I got this.
Got this. Okay.
Okay, ready?
Mhm.
Okay, now I would ask you to roll.
I'll roll. Ah, jeez. It's a 16.
I have 1 monster steer.
You do. You're gonna waste it on little me?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Go ahead and roll again.
It's a 3.
All right, fine. You escape. You still stealthy. And Gob the Goblin, maybe they are not hidden, but you certainly are. But they're in the bushes with you. Okay, so that is how that minion got introduced. There are some others that'll come in, but that's it for now. You do have this potion near you. We'll come back to that on your turn. Finally, the golem that you're controlling, Gogar. Do you want to? You still have control of that? Do you wish to have that hit that pillar again?
Ogar would try to get this guy to hit the pillar next to it. You know, this one's almost done. We
Hit
gotta
this
do
one
some-
over here. Okay.
You know what? Actually, how teetery tottery does this one under Shush's maelstrom look?
Pretty bad. But I don't think the golem can get over there, right?
No. Gogar was wondering, because if it's just going to fall over on its own, maybe no reason to knock over another pillar at the same time.
I got you. So that is going to be... What is it? Let's have it as a... whoops, wrong button. Let's make that... Make an insight check.
Insight is an interesting choice.
There's not an engineering skill.
Oh, yeah, no, Gogar not complaining. Let's see.
You're kind of guessing. You're going by your gut. So I feel like that's insight.
It's an average person's
Average person's gut is telling you it could fall or it might not, but you think that it's probably worse off than better. So the over-under is probably 80-20 that it's going to fall over on its own next turn.
Golem beats this thing down.
The one that it's already hit.
Yep.
Okay, so the golem pulls back. You don't need to roll damage or anything like that. That thing was real close last time, and it falls. It breaks, and underneath the weight of this giant stone, Essie-looking kind of pseudo gargoyle creature, it breaks and it falls. And as it does, it kind of explodes outward, and there's a pulse that radiates around. Now, the dome that's holding you in place flickers too fast for you to do anything. It does flicker, but this one flickers a little more slowly. And that's the end of the round with that. However, your opponents still get to act. Now, this is a flickering barrier, and it will be for a certain amount of time, which means that those at the top of the round might get an opportunity to do something with that momentary break in the barrier. So, the first thing that happens, we're going to deal with the remaining warriors. There's one that's fighting the troll, stands stalwartly against the troll, and swings, is going to be doing double damage. Hits both times. One of them is just a regular hit. Second one is double damage for a critical hit. Not a natural critical hit. It wasn't a natural 20, but they do crit on a 19. All right. Our troll friend is badly wounded. Green blood starts gushing down their chest as they stumble back.
Oh, you hurt me! It ain't fair!
And again, vitriol is spat from this soldier as it faces off against the troll. The two of them are locked in combat. The other troll, one is up prone. They stand back up. And that's their full move. They are next to the dragon and a baby on a lion. That's a real tough choice, but they're going to fight the dragon. So they swing. Wow, they miss once and they hit once. Ishra cries out as blood and scales fly through the air. And this warrior has pierced through her flesh. And Gogar, you see bone underneath as she whips around. The sword is glowing and blazing in the hand of this warrior. You think they all might have minor magic items that are causing additional damage. Or maybe because of the resurrection, they have become magical items. You don't know. But the other warrior who's under the grapple is going to try to break free. Fails. Does not matter. It's still fighting. However, they use a bonus action. And as they're being thrown about by Ishra, they break an amulet off. And this entire area fills with a glowing golden light. I need Gogar, baby Gogar, to make a wisdom saving throw. Ishra makes it. The lion does not make it. Gogar, you got an, did you roll? Oh, no, sorry. A 5. 5 is a failure. Baby Gogar, your mind is clouded and you are confused. You don't know for a moment, you forget who you are, what you're doing, and you just find this dagger in your little baby orc hand. And it's just so beautiful. And you're just having fun with it. You start gooing and guying, and you quite literally become a baby for a short period of time. Everybody on the Gogar baby phone hears maniacal baby laughter as, you know, it's just completely nonsensical. The lion...
it has gone full-on baby monitor.
The lion that you're seated upon, however, roars loudly and then leaps into the air. I need you to now make a dexterity saving throw, baby Gogar. At a disadvantage because you're a baby with a dagger.
Okay. This is fine. It's another 5.
Another 5. So
that
you roll
usually
off,
works out just fine.
You roll off the back of this white lion as it leaps into the air, its wings spread out, and you hit the ground hard. And then on the baby phone, everybody hears, "Wah! Wah!" as baby Gogar immediately starts to cry. And then the lion spins around, and luckily has already acted this action, but seems quite confused and sees a snack on the ground crying. That's happening
things
over
just
here.
got real.
That's happening right now. You do have a dagger, baby Gogar. Ishra is fine and looks concerned, but is still trying to kill these foes. They are both fighting her. She's bleeding heavily. So things over here are a little intense. Cathexor seems to be in death saving throws over here. Toggle's hiding in a bush over here. The golem has just broken another of these fire pillars. Drongus is in the middle of a great rage and is paying no attention to anything else around him. Cathexor is here. Shh, you are here. And you have been attacking your foes, but many of them have been cleared out. The final thing that happens this round is that the angel gets her turn. And she is within range to perform a mystical attack upon Drongus. You see that she locks eyes with Drongus. Foul creature from below, bend your will to mine. And Drongus is going to make a wisdom saving throw with a disadvantage. Drongus fails his wisdom saving throw and stops his charge. Looks down. And there's a glow from his horn. Remember, his horn gives him additional wisdom and some power to try to protect and bolster this weakness that he's always had. But it seems like your foes are well aware of that. The golden horn shimmers, but it's not able to stop the force of this spell. The divine energy seeps through the Minotaur barbarian, and he turns, looking to the troll. The next thing that happens, the final thing that happens in this round, is... Shh. You hear a voice. So, you like to mimic things, do you? I've got something you can mimic. Come a little closer, bird brain, and I'll show you. I am attacking you with vicious mockery. You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. All right. I am...
Vicious mockery.
I get a 23. And I just repeat back. So, you like to mimic things, do you? Come a little closer and I'll show you.
You have succeeded on your saving throw. And I think even if you do make it, yeah, that doesn't actually go through. So nothing happens. Yep, you're fine. So it just kind of brushes off your water off a duck's back. You know, rubber, glue, all that. The jester continues to laugh. Both voices are laughing now, and Toggle, you're in the middle of it. As this grating, annoying jester laugh is ringing through the cave. That's the end of the round, everybody. We're going back up to the very, very tippy top of the round. Shh. You're up. Toggle, you're on deck. What do you want to do? Shh.
Okay. First, I'm going to let's deal with the maelstrom. See if it takes down another pillar. I will roll another 66.
All right. So you're going to roll 66 damage as the two. Oh, I'm sorry. These two foes. The only thing they did last round was get the hell out of that pillar. They're badly damaged. But they have moved out of the maelstrom. They didn't just stand there. They ran for their lives. They've thrown themselves on the shore right here and are still badly wounded, but are alive. So go ahead and roll for your pillar, though, or your...
16 damage.
Okay, so this pillar as well breaks. So that is 2 pillars that are down. The bubble is flickering. That the celestial being, the angel, is within, and that is 2 more pillars that have fallen, and that is going to prolong the flicker.
Okay.
And you see it as it kind of pulses.
And I am, for some reason, still unable to move, but I wanted to move. Sort of like you see.
Can you ping at all, or can you not?
I can't ping. I don't know what's wrong.
Okay.
Like it's whatever is the same interaction. A little further back. That's a little farther than I can move. But if you move 1 down, and then one up to the one to the right is about as far as I could get.
You have the pointer clicker selected on the toolbar.
I do. I promise you, I'm not.
Yeah. So is that good for you?
Sure. That'll do.
I'm even going to give you one more forward if you want. How's that? Because I feel bad for you.
Okay.
You got an extra 5-foot movement just because I felt bad. But here you are.
All right. Well, I am going to take advantage of the flickering force field, break my concentration on the maelstrom, and cast heat metal.
Amazing. And you're casting it on which
on
character?
The armor of the
angel. Right. Okay. And it's just sight, and it's just going to start doing damage. I forget what the save is. The save is just to keep a hold of it.
The save is a Constitution saving throw to drop the object, but if it's metal, then.
But this is also considered fire damage, correct?
This is. I think it is fire damage.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. 25.
All right. You can make a religion check.
Okay. Oh, 9.
Okay. You don't know why, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay.
She is flying there, and you do notice, like, just this bare glance in your direction, as if she sensed the magic coming from you, but doesn't know where exactly it came from. Oh, you're right there. Never mind. She looks at you as she flies there behind the flickering bubble.
Okay.
You did get the spell through, though. You know that it didn't get deflected by the bubble. It made it through. Is there anything else you want to do?
That's all I can do.
Okay. And then it's Toggle. Toggle, you see this magic, this red spell, this divine spell of Lamashtu cast from but it doesn't seem to have any effect. You can make a religion check if you want.
I am quite devout.
If you want to try, because you're close, you might see something.
Okay.
I'll make one as well for Gob the Goblin, but he's at a disadvantage.
11.
And,
Snake eyes.
He has a +0. I swear he rolled a 15 and a 16. So Gob, whispers to you.
Yeah.
I think she's got protection.
Yep. That makes sense. Who?
Sometimes I carry a rock to protect me.
That's advisable.
Okay, so Toggle, your turn. There's a healing potion next to you that if you want to use a bonus action, you can pick up. But otherwise,
I would like to use my bonus action to pick it up and chug it because I have damage on my body.
So you're gonna take 16 points of body healing.
Ooh, I'm good now.
Your body is healed for 16 points.
I feel really good.
Yeah.
So I saw the boundary in front of me flicker.
Yep.
But it's
still flickering.
intact.
It's still flickering. It is intact, but it is flickering. You think you might be able to time a ranged attack?
Okay. I would like to try to time a ranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
What shall I do for that? Should I throw a dagger? I suppose.
Is that what your action is? You're going to throw a dagger through the force field?
No, I'm gonna use my blowgun because I only have so many daggers.
Okay, so you're gonna use your blowgun. What are you're using just a dart? You're blowing a dart?
Yeah.
Are you aiming at the angel or the jester?
The angel's closer. No, the jester's closer. I'll go for the jester.
Yeah, range isn't such a problem for you. You're pretty close. But if you aim at the jester, you can consider it an experiment, and you probably have a better chance of doing some real damage to the jester. So go ahead and roll to strike, and that is going to be determined by the flicker roll that I'm making. So all you have to do is beat the AC of the roll that I've made for the flicker.
Okay.
So you got to roll your attack, and then you have to beat that AC, and then you have to beat the AC of the jester.
17.
Okay, so you actually make it through the flicker, and it passes through.
Cool.
Yep. If it's a spell, it's automatic. But this isn't a spell. It's just an attack.
It's 6 points of damage.
Okay, you actually hit the jester in the throat, and they stop laughing as they kind of like fall over and grasp at their neck, and they tumble backwards. And you see blood through their hand, but they pull out the dart. Is it poisoned?
No.
No. Okay. So they're cursing. You think that's so funny? It's not funny! Nobody's laughing! Come here and say it to my face! And so they fall backwards. That's your attack. Do you want to move? You want to do anything else? Oh, you already did your bonus action. Do you want to move?
No.
Shmi, you're up. What do you want to do? You see that it looks like Toggle was able to get a shot through, and it looks like was able to cast a spell, but it seems like there's some sort of protection over this angel right now for certain types of magic. What do you want to do? You're back here. Wait. You're here, right? Yeah, there's a dragon in front of you fighting a soldier. There's also a dragon attacking the back of, a soldier attacking the back of the dragon.
There's also a baby on the ground.
There's also a baby on the ground and a lion that might be attacking the baby. Depending on your level of priority here. It's up to you.
And my level of understanding of what's
that
going
baby
on.
is crying on the baby phone too, so you are hearing nothing but baby wailing.
Well,
you're going to be up here, Gogar. We do have Drungus and Cathexor that are going to act, but let's go for it. Shmi?
Well, I'm still engaged in combat with this person. Yes.
No, they're broken out of combat with you. You can do whatever you want.
Oh,
because the dragon just pretty much plopped down and grappled them. So the one that is closest to you is underneath the dragon's grasp.
Great.
This one, however, is free and just wailing on the back of the dragon with a powerful sword.
Yeah, I don't like that. I know that dragon.
But there's also a white lion that seems to be dive bombing the baby.
Wasn't that baby riding the lion earlier?
I'm sorry to say that was the case, but it is no longer the case for this moment. There seems to have been some sort of magical effect here.
Well, I know as much about orc babies. It is an orc baby, right?
You're pretty sure it's an orc baby.
Okay. I know as much about them as I do about dragons. So, with my limited knowledge, which do I think is in more danger?
I'll have you make an insight check. You're gonna go with your gut. Yeah, let's have you roll. See how your gut's telling you to act.
I I'm gonna use scraps for this one.
Okay, you're gonna use the scraps to get an advantage, so that's a good call. Go ahead and roll twice, and we'll pick the larger number.
Because I'm not good.
No. And don't forget, if I've given you an insight, you can use that for a single reroll, and then you're free to get another insight or inspiration.
A 9.
You rolled twice, and the higher was the 9. Unfortunate. You don't know much about either of those things, but to you, a baby seems to be more endangered than a dragon. Like a baby seems to be pretty out in the open right now.
All right. Well, guess I gotta pick up that baby. Is the baby wearing any clothing of any kind?
The baby is not naked. The clothes didn't get knocked off the baby. The baby is in a cravat that's been shaped into a diaper, and is wearing some other little baby clothes that look a little bit like Gogar's vest.
Excellent. Lots of ways to hook onto those clothes.
Yeah. You have hooks. Places to put hooks.
Great. So I'm gonna move around. I think if I move there, I'll be off the map. But
you're gonna move around. You can move around, no problem. You actually can't go off the map. You have to go through the water here. So you have to go the opposite direction, but you can do that. You're gonna go past the pillar and go this way. Because there's a force field that is enclosing this whole area. And you'd be hitting that force field and it would just stop you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I actually really just want to get there. I want to get 5 feet away from Gogar, and then I can reach my hook over there and hook him over to me.
Okay, so you grab Gogar. Do you want to keep moving after you grab the baby?
Yes.
Okay.
If
so
I do it,
you have 30 feet of movement, or I'm sorry, and you're just moving. Your whole action is to move? Because you're a monk. You triple your movement rate.
Oh, I know.
So you can go pretty much anywhere you want.
Yeah. I am gonna go... Well, I gotta get this baby to some kind of safety, I guess. I don't see any people over in this area, right?
You can go over there, and you can take the baby with you. And there's some cover, there's some rock, there's some brambles, there's some debris, and a burnt out hut. So if you want to duck in there, you can be hidden.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna plop the baby down in there. That might be my whole turn.
All right, Shmi, if you sing the baby a song, I will give the baby a saving throw so that it can break free of the confusion that has been cast upon him.
I would like to sing the song that my father used to sing to me when I had trouble going to sleep, and it goes...
It's a classic hook horror song.
Classic hook horror song.
How does it go?
And it goes like this. Click, 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 clack.
And that is going to give Gogar with an advantage, a saving throw, wisdom saving throw.
Gogar did not see that clack coming.
The clack, it was all clicks, and then it was a clack.
The kids love the click, 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 clack song.
The clacks are for the adults. So the great thing about that song is that it's written for children, but it's smart enough for adults.
It's a bit of an entendre.
18, Gogar, your consciousness returns to your body thanks to Shmi saving your dirty butt, and the baby's back in charge.
It is slightly dirtier than it was 6 seconds ago, thanks to falling off a lion, and then that lion wanted to eat Gogar.
Yeah. I think anybody would fill their diaper at that point, so no shame there. Although
thank you.
It does smell, Shmi. Okay, so good job, Shmi. You have saved the baby.
Shmi does not have a nose and might be distantly related to dung beetles, so this could be a beautiful bouquet.
Drongus is swinging 3 times at the troll.
It's not really a problem.
3 times at the troll. First one misses, but the other 2 hit. And I have to look at Drongus's character sheet to be sure that I do this right. But I have a feeling that if I roll...
Tonight's gonna be a good night.
Yeah, tonight might be a good night. I don't know. Jarvis is... I don't know if it's just Mike's rules, but I've missed at least one of every attack. I guess that's pretty normal. He attacks 3 times every round, more or less, when he's in this rage. And, okay, Great Axe. I know he has another bonus here, though, because he's raged. Adds 3. I'm just going to give him this much. He's so out of his mind that he's not adding all of his bonuses. I'm not adding all this up. So in total, that is still a lot of damage. The troll is still standing, but is horribly wounded by Drongus as the Great Axe cuts through the troll. The troll's arm actually falls to the ground, severed. And the troll looks down at it and then looks back at Drongus.
Oi! Ah! You hit my arm! Oh, I'll do better, Drongus! You won't have to discipline me!
And the troll kind of backs up. However, that is all of Drongus's attacks, and they have been completely funneled into the troll, which is kind of a good thing right now. So Drongus is over here attacking. However, the troll was still fighting another opponent, and so that has made things very difficult for him. Cathexor, it needs to have a death saving throw rolled for them. Christine, would you do the honor? Just roll a d20.
Roll a d20. Okay.
You just are hoping for something above a 10. And congratulations, that's the first death saving throw made.
11.
Yeah. Yep. Only 2 more. It's fine. We'll get at. You might get him out of there. He's being cared for, and it seems like perhaps he'll make it out. If anybody wants to try to get to him, some healing or anything would probably do him well. All right, Gogar, you're up. You're conscious thanks to Shmi. You don't have a lion though. You now are riding a Hokor.
Yeah, seems that way. Gogar now on this Hokor. Gogar does not have a wealth of options before him. How is that anti-magic field looking? Is that back up or is it still flickery?
Because both pillars were destroyed this round, still flickering.
Cool beans. All right. So in that case, Zombie Gogar is going to go and then pick at his robe a little bit until a star falls off. And then it will shoot off and fly right into the angel's face.
The first thing I'm going to do before you do anything else is I'm going to roll this d20 to determine if she's able to maintain her concentration on the Dominate monster spell that she's cast on Drongus. She has failed.
Ooh.
That is 26 force damage.
Yeah, so there's an explosion, and actually it hits her. And the magic penetrates the shield at just the right moment as the baby sort of like Shmi, you watch as the hand kind of reaches out, and then the across the way, the zombie Gogar turns and points the staff, and then pulls this star, this button off this robe, and flings it. It turns into these magical darts that look like, I don't know, what do they look like, Gogar?
They look like little tiny green fists holding little tiny knives.
And all these little baby fists fly through the shield and stab this angel multiple times. Her wings unfurl and like they become bristly, like you can see that she's been hit with pain, and she doesn't make any noise, but there's a blinding blaze of light, and you did 26 points of damage. A golden field around her dissipates. And that's Gogar's turn. Now it's the end of the round. Drongus is freed from the spell, and you can see he's confused and he stops. He's no longer in a rage and collapses onto the ground, exhausted. Drongus is in a very weakened spot right now. His rage has been broken, and when that happens, he is under the effect of exhaustion. So, Drongus is active now and back on your side, but weakened and confused by the actions that have occurred. Ishra tears this opponent in half. Dead. This opponent strikes Ishra again with his sword. He pulls back, and the gleaming armored soldier of Eska hits twice. Ishra is badly wounded. Maximum damage on 1. You see as the copper dragon's wing slumps down, and she turns and rears back. As she had already spent all of her attacks killing the other foe, she is now defending herself and biting at this knight as he steps forward, swinging wildly, holding his shield against her. She claws outward, and he batters it aside. She's on her back leg. She's being pushed around now. She's a young dragon. She's powerful, but this might be too much for her. She only has one foe that she's fighting. Shmi and Gogar aren't too far away, but at the same time, Cathexor is dying. And Grungs immediately start fighting against these wounded warriors that start swinging wildly, as one of them breaks an amulet, and a golden aura covers the area here. The Grungs are seared by the light, and 3 of them die. 2 of them pull back and hide behind Cathexor wounded. Each of these foes have their wounds healed to a certain extent, as the blood sort of stops flowing from and the burn marks from the maelstrom heal, and they are better than they were as they press forward, edging closer and closer to the unconscious beholder. This one does, in fact. These 2 are moving this way as they begin moving forward. These are each 10-foot squares, I'll remind everybody. As they start moving forward towards the dragon. Drongus and the troll are here. This last foe swings at the troll, who has been badly wounded by Drongus. Okay. There's a glow from their sword as they intone a prayer. And the troll falls. Its head rolls to Drongus's hooves as the soldier points their sword at the Minotaur, who's panting on the ground, recovering themselves. And anyone who understands Common hears ring out through the cavern. And now you shall pay the penance for the crimes that you monsters have dealt upon my people. And Gogar, what does the golem do?
The golem is going to go next door and begin wailing on the next thing.
The
It's right
golem
over
is
here.
not a concentration spell, correct? Just a summoned...
It is a concentration spell.
Okay, so we didn't make a... When you fell off the lion, we didn't make a concentration check. So I will have you make one now, as you have been casting spells through your dead self. You just go ahead and roll for it and see if you can keep that golem standing.
Okay, and that is a Constitution save.
For concentration, if you look at your character sheet, I thought that there was a separate...
I think it's just Constitution.
Yeah, just do a
but
Constitution saving throw.
Gogar has advantage on that because he is a battle wizard type thing.
Hell yeah. So go ahead and roll with an advantage, and plus you've got green teas and inspiration. I think natural 20. You still have a golem. Roll it again. Let's see if you get a second natural 20. If you get a second natural 20, I'm going to spoil you right now. You won't need to have concentration anymore. That golem will be permanent.
Darn.
I'm going to use a monsters tier to see if you can roll it. You get one more shot at this.
Come on. Daddy needs a new forever golem.
Nothing.
You got the 2 in there.
Yeah,
it was
you got
close.
the 2. You got it. Yeah. There is from some of this debris here in one of the huts, things shatter out of the way, and you watch as a kobold leads 3 goblins forward The two goblins are running in front of the kobold and screaming, "I sacrifice myself to Drongus! I sacrifice myself to Drongus!" Running, waving their arms wildly towards Drongus, as the kobold is kind of stalking behind them. And there is another goblin running behind that kobold that seems to be very stealthy. A number of minions have entered into the fray. Now, Gob, the goblin, is inside of Toggle's hiding spot and is drawing very ornate circles and squares. They don't make any sense. It's just a giant mess. So the golem swings. It does 28 to this pillar. That pillar rumbles. It does not fall. But
It is
it rumbles.
a total of 50. He swings twice. It's a 22 and a 28.
Well,
Wow.
with a double swing of that magnitude, the pillar breaks.
Whoa!
And another pillar falls. And the flickering, which had begun to stabilize, is still occurring.
Man, that golem is like
Clutch.
doing great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
job.
6, 7. You only have 8 more pillars to destroy. Not to bring you down, but there are 8 more pillars.
But, he's just going to go around this lake. That's the plan.
Get him moving. And as long as you can keep him, that's going to be doing big things. All right, so the flickering is still continuing up at the top of the next round. The only thing I have left to do is the Jester and the Angel. Shh is in the open. She has just cast a spell upon this angelic form. I have to make a decision. I think the angel is smart enough to know not to keep attacking you with things that would require you to use your wisdom, because she has already recognized that you bear the Eye of Lamashtu.
She doesn't want to just like test my wisdom a little because she's just so cocky that she thinks
She's already
she
tested
thinks
you.
she's so
Yeah.
wise, but I'll show her how wise
How
she
you
needs to be
can-
against me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
No.
It might have worked if this was the Muppet Babies version of our game, but unfortunately, well, it sort of is, isn't it?
It seems like this angel might also be wise.
Okay. The spell shoots forth from her outstretched hand. It is an arc of divine light. And it... You gotta be kidding me. Natural 1.
Yes.
She misses. Despite the fact that she has a very high plus to the spell attack.
Oh, how wise do you feel now?
She shoots it square, like Toggle. You feel the Eye of Lamashtu ignite, unbeknownst to you, and you instinctively duck. It's not that she missed; it's that you moved so quickly that you were able to step aside from that bolt of energy, as Lamashtu's hand has guided you in this moment. You feel divine energy around you. Someone is trying to protect you. That's fine. Then she's going to take her first legendary action.
Okay.
Or no, she already took one, which was to
She did take
resurrect
one.
them. Yeah, she
Go-
can't.
go
She can
back
only do that
ask.
once. So
Did she confirm her natural 1?
she did, and she did not. She didn't roll another natural one. But she,
Thanks for
she
keeping Nox honest.
Thank you for keeping me honest, though. I always, if I impose it on you, I impose it on your enemies. Okay. So instead, she's going to immediately fume as she sees this. She sees that this divine light kind of surrounds you. The eye lights up. You dodge out of this divine attack and sort of deflect it out of the way. She's angry, and you see the pristine, calm face kind of contort with rage. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty high, though. Also, Toggle, make a wisdom saving throw. Because you are in range of this aura of anger.
17.
And, okay. So, you both have failed.
Oh.
Okay, so you're both under the frightened condition, which means that you're both going to have a disadvantage on an ability or an attack roll while you are still within line of sight of the angel. You cannot willingly move closer to her. But maybe that doesn't matter. You just have a disadvantage on attacking, though. That's the big one. But you're now frightened by her, as her fury, and probably rightfully so. I don't think that that's unwise to be frightened of this angel in this moment. All right, last thing to do, because that's it. Good job. You neutralized the danger there. However, the jester's still there, and clutching his neck where Toggle wounded him. You hear the jester.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. The only reason I didn't pass that is because with Nature's Ward as a druid, I'm immune to frightened.
Oh,
so I'm not frightened.
Then you're not
of her.
frightened. Thank you. You're not frightened
I'm
by her.
scared.
Yeah, Toggle, you're scared. You're
We're all
disadvantaged.
a little more scared of Shush now.
Yeah, we're all a little more scared of shh. All right, fine. You got something else to worry about, though, Toggle, as immediately the jester looks out, searching for you. I'm sorry, what was your last stealth roll?
It was a 28, I believe.
Still can't find you. He rolled an 18, still can't find you.
Nice.
You can hear the bard, though. So make a saving throw, charisma saving throw.
Me?
Yep.
Oop. Charisma. -1. Cool.
Yep.
It's a 4.
You wheedly little reptile, come out here and prove yourself. You can't stand against us. The power of Eska is far too much for you, coward. Ha ha ha! And the taunt causes you now to have, even if you get rid of the frightened, a disadvantage on ability, skill checks, or attack rolls. It can't be doubled. You're just still at one disadvantage. But until the start of the next round, even if you get rid of the frightened condition, that is active. So no matter what, you're going to be at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Natarok just tipped $15 to us. The Bear Path also rated us. Thank you so much for coming through, Bearpin. Oh, I'm sorry, Bearpin rated us through. If you're not familiar with Bearpin, they're doing, I believe, some amazing vampire stuff here on Twitch. You definitely want to catch up their stuff on, I know some of it's on VOD. I don't know if they did their last session or not. Please find them on the internet. Give them your love. I think Vesparilla's in the chat is going to be able to guide you all forward. Welcome, everybody. Natarok, thank you. Does that get us to our goal? I'm going to let Vesparilla let me know. But I think that's bringing us closer to our giveaways. If you're curious about all of that, ask someone with a sword in the chat. Thanks again for being with us. Let's get back into this as we're getting closer and closer to the end of our session. Okay, so the taunt is done. That is the end of the round. All of the opponents and the minions are done. This battlefield is getting thinner and thinner. There aren't as many foes, but there also are not as many minions and heroes. Some of your allies are in the middle of death saving throws. Others are weakened and under immediate threat. Shh, you're up. The force field, because of Gogar's golem, is still flickering.
Mm-hmm. I would like to attempt a religion check, trying to determine if perhaps it is that the fire damage that I did might be the angel's immunity due to the type of angel she is, or if there's something bigger at play.
Yep.
And other magical attacks might not work as well.
Yep. Go ahead and make a religion check.
Okay. I will spend a shiny for advantage on the check.
Okay, this is an important check for you as you kind of study the angel. You're seeing her more clearly now, and she is a different type of angel than what you've seen before.
18.
Okay. You have never seen this type of angel before. It is some form of battle angel. Her strength seems to be actually in combat, despite what she's shown here. And that she is biding her time for some reason. You don't know why. You do know that she, because of the type of angels that you have seen, is most likely resistant to anything necrotic, is probably immune to anything radiant, and probably can only be damaged by magical weapons if being attacked full on. However, you also know that she's immune to poison, as most angels are. However, there's no reason fire shouldn't wound her. You think that must be something upon her person that is protecting her.
Something upon her person protect her from fire. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see if it protects her from other things, just as a pure experiment. And, might as well get into a line where I can hit the jester too. We'll try to see if she's immune to lightning damage.
Okay, if you want to get because this actually starts at you with your lightning bolt, so you have to put yourself across the space here. This pillar's down. There's a golem that's stalking through, knocking pillars down. So you're going to move over to here.
Yep.
Again, these are 10-foot squares. So
Let's see.
How many can you move and still cast?
Okay, you know what? No, maybe not that far to get the
Yeah, that's like
jester.
70 feet. That
Yeah.
you could get there, but you wouldn't be able to cast.
Cast as well.
Yeah, you
then I'll just get the angel, which I can
do
easily
from
get
here,
her
or
without the.
there's some cover over here. You could try to reposition yourself. So
As
that
long as I
you're
don't get toggle in it as well.
yeah, you might want to move to like here.
Yep.
Toggle's pretty low to the ground. The angel's
Yeah.
got wings. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
you're shooting up, so I wouldn't put toggle in the middle of that unless
All
toggle
right,
jumped
excellent.
into it.
Let's try some lightning and see what
Okay.
is protecting the
So
angel.
this is you have to beat the AC for the barrier as well as the AC for the not the AC. It's not an AC thing, but you need to roll. The barrier effectively has a saving throw as well. So go ahead and see if you can beat
the
that.
barrier that is flickering.
Yeah, that's how you're going to
okay.
bypass it. Because if your spell has an actual projectile to it, it's going to make it through, with the exception of magic missile, because magic missile always hits. So if you don't have a magic missile and you're shooting something through it, you have to treat it the same way that you treat ranged weaponry. So it has technically a saving throw. So whether that be Constitution or Dexterity or whatever the spell is. I believe this is Dexterity. I've already rolled it. Go ahead and roll your damage as it passes through to the angel.
Okay, so just roll the damage. Okay. Alrighty. Eight D6. 29.
Okay, so you do bypass. You got lucky. It does bypass through, but you watch as the barrier just kind of closed to the immediate moment afterwards. So the lightning bolt went through because it was so quick, and this red lightning bolts out of your claws as you stretch them outward. And the angel that's flying there is still fuming and hasn't broken her eyes from you, even though you've now taken a little bit of cover and you're not just standing in the open. However, that bolt strikes her dead on, and she, again, topples a little in the air as she draws herself up. She has taken 29 points of damage.
Okay,
All
so
of
it was so the lightning seemed to work.
Yeah, the lightning.
Okay.
And she also rolled badly for her dexterity saving throw, which is silly because she has a high plus to it, but she still rolled badly. So
All right,
you
then-
hit her and it did damage.
And just to show her that I'm not afraid, I'm going to randomly pull from and her knowledge of common, because she knows that the angel's speaking common, but she doesn't know what anything in common means. But she's just going to pick one that was said very bravely, because assuming that it meant something very brave. So she she says, "Your time is done, you villains! Now you will know the fear of the gods as I rain terror upon you beasts."
I love it. All right. Okay. So, yeah, she doesn't have a reaction that is applicable here, so she is going. That's it. And that moves us down. Toggle, you're up. And Shmi, you're on deck. What do you want to do, Toggle? You see the flickering barrier in front of you, and you see Toggle shoot this bolt of lightning. She gets hit.
What?
The angel's hit. So
Yes.
like it's passed.
I
through.
thought you said I got hit. I was like, no, I didn't.
You didn't get hit. Do you want to be hit?
I would not like to get hit. I would like to throw a dagger though at the flickering wall.
Okay, that doesn't at the flickering wall. Oh, you're
the
trying to. Are you trying to hit the
barrier.
angel or the jester?
The jester, he's being a real patoot.
Okay, you are at a disadvantage, but you can do so. If you want to spend a shiny, you can. Or I'm sorry, a honey.
A honey.
You can. I know. You gets the other ones.
Okay.
You get the honey. So go ahead and roll, and if you want to get rid of it, you can spend a honey.
I would like to spend the honey to
So
get
it's
rid
a
of it.
straight roll, just like D&D was
Hell
intended.
yeah.
Go ahead and
Ah,
roll to
jeez.
strike against the jester as he taunts
Let's
you.
do it. It's a 9.
All the peanuts on this roll. Not really.
Whatcha? That's an 18.
18 beats his AC, so you've hit.
Wacky.
And did you
Okay.
throw a dagger?
I sure did. That's a poison dagger. So that's a 1d4
Oh,
plus 5 plus some stealth. Okay, give me a second.
All right, yeah, go ahead and roll that. I have your damage here for your demon poison.
Nice. Whatcha? So then plus my stealth.
All right, add 11 to whatever you roll.
Yeah, so that would be 19.
It's actually a bad roll, but add 11 to whatever you roll. 19, so you did a full-on 30 points of damage with this this throw of this dagger
Huzzah.
into the chest of the jester. The jester gets to make a saving throw, Constitution saving throw. Rolls a 3 and fails. Immediately the jester stops and looks at you. This dagger is sticking out of his chest, and his motley is soaked with blood. As he looks down, and he was laughing at you and taunting you as that dagger flung out of the brambles. And just it gets real quiet as the jester looks down and then looks back at you, and you watch as he reaches up and pulls this golden mask off and vomits out this torrent of black blood that shoots forth out of his open mouth. And you see his pale skin, and he's like hideously deformed, like he's been burnt, and he has no hair anywhere. He just looks horrible, like he's been in through a fire or something. But you can still see on his skin these vines of veins that are black that work their way through. And then he just stops, and then falls back dead.
I better not accidentally touch one of these daggers.
Death saving throw. He got one save.
Ding dang.
Failed it. Rolled a 3. Very dead. You've killed the jester.
I had the last laugh.
Perhaps you did. Perhaps you did. All right.
That concludes my turn.
Yeah, and it concludes the life of the jester. Shmi, it's got a lot quieter in the cave as the jester, annoying twit that he was, is now very dead.
That's good. I can't really see, but I hear that it's much quieter. All right.
Still smells like baby poo.
I don't know what's going on. I have done a lot of things and I still don't know what's going on. But clearly my friends are in trouble. And Shh is usually the one who knows what's going on. So I'm gonna leave the baby here because well, I don't know. Did the baby talk?
Baby can talk in your head. Yeah, the baby speaks telepathically. So you
I
can
guess
all
the
be
baby
talking
needs
to one
use
another.
A charge. Maybe needs to use a charge.
Oh, it has to do a
turn that
charge
on.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can do that. Probably would.
Probably should. Yeah.
I can just take that charge out so we can have this roleplay.
Yeah, you should do that. That's why you have so many charges. This was meant to kind of diffuse some of the Staff of the Magi, which is way OP.
Gogar is really leaning hard on it right now because
It's true. Lean on
as baby, Gogar is a muscle wizard with baby-sized arms.
Yeah, you have no muscles. You are baby pudding. So
it's a good thing the zombie has that staff.
Okay, go ahead and go for it. Let's see how you do.
With what?
Yeah, who are you talking to for what?
You're putting the charge down.
Oh yeah.
And you're going to talk to each other. So are you going to speak to each other in your minds?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, let's go for it. Let's talk to each other in your
all right.
minds. All of you are connected together.
Baby.
Hey, thank you for picking me up. That cat was going to eat my face.
Oh, I should introduce myself. My name is Gob the Goblin. Thank you for including me on this call.
Ah, crap. That's going to cost me a charge.
It's too close to toggle.
Hello.
I'm drawing a new hot tub.
Oh, Gogar missed the last one. That would be nice. Gogar approved of this plan.
What has happened? Drongus speaks to all of you. Did they affect my mind again?
Is Shmi frozen?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, Shmi has been very
It's a very
still
impressive,
for some
very
time.
impressive freeze.
Very, very impressive dramatic pause.
I hope she comes back, but we'll see.
Mm.
We'll see. Okay, so you two were gonna role play. You just got Gob the Goblin and Drongus. So.
Yeah.
Hold on. We just lost it. We just lost it all. We got crushed. Only Christine survived. Actually, I only got cut in half, so I
It was
can,
a wisdom save.
I can survive that. Yeah, I can survive that. Let's see if she comes right back in. But in the sorry, chat, you're just gonna have to deal with the new and improved overlay situation that we've got here. I actually, yeah. No, Toggle. If you lean to your left, I think we're all still in a box.
Am I there?
Oh wait, is that your box? I don't know. No, go to your right. Go to your
Okay.
right. Yeah, go all the way to your right. Oh wait, that was you.
Hello?
I don't know. We can't see you. It's all right. Hopefully, so she's able to get back in, and if not, I'll fix this problem as quickly as I can. But before I do that, let's just continue on, and let's see what happens. Hey, thank you for the redemption of an advantage item. Gogar, you're speaking to everybody in your minds. It's Shmi's turn. I'm just gonna come back to this and deal with it. Deal with Shmi when and if she comes back. I can correct this. We're also so deadly close to the finale of tonight's session that there's got to be a better way. All right. Okay. Lesson learned. Zoom. Lesson learned. All right. So skipping over Shmi, we go to Drongus. Drongus is speaking to you. What has happened? Have they taken control of my mind again? This is a weakness that cannot stand.
Oh,
There we go.
Here.
We're back.
there's a
I just need to
Shoshi.
make
Ah!
You made it!
Hey.
I was concerned
Ooh,
for a minute
sorry
that you
about
might
that.
not, and I was like, okay, I'm going to rearrange them. But I
Yeah,
didn't do it. I didn't do
okay.
it. I didn't do it because I knew that if he came back in after I rearranged it, it was just going to cause more problems. Shmi,
Thank you.
you're up. Drongus is in your mind, too. He seems to be confused about what happened. He asked if his mind was taken over again by the forces of the outsiders. What do you want to do?
There's a lot. I didn't realize I'd be talking to this many people. I just.
Toggle can tell you how to spell my name if you need to know.
Boy. Who can I help? Where can I go? I guess it is good I'm talking to everyone.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so we're probably in a position where there's these guys that are killing that dragon, and there's another guy that's probably going to do some really bad things to Catexor. So maybe we should try to stop that.
Yeah. Well, yes. That is great information.
Yeah.
Would you want to stay here where it's safe for, or do you want to come with me?
I mean, at this point, Gogar is really rather dependent on other things moving for him. So if
Ishra
it
is in
okay with
danger.
you-
I will stop them.
good enough. Yeah, Gogar would be happy to accompany you, or maybe he could like climb on the back of your shell. Is there like a nice sort of seat type area, perhaps a saddle even? Do you have like a spinal crest that Gogar can like grip firmly with limited motor control?
Well, I as a young larva would often sit upon my father's shoulders.
That would be okay if
but
you could do it as a larva.
You
Gogar
are-
can do it as a baby. Gogar.
I was about the size of you, I think, and I am a little bit taller than my father, even so. And you are welcome to sit upon my shoulders.
Okay, Gogar just. Oh, look, they hook pretty good. Okay, we can do this.
All right. Well, my plan, after talking to you, was to get to because she always seems to know what's going on, and just fight and rescue as many people along the way as possible. Is this plan good for you as well?
I mean, sure. Gogar is really kind of along for the ride, and will probably be talking to his larger, older, slightly more rotted half to get some things done.
I understand. The first time I shed my exoskeleton, I was concerned that my old shell would still be walking around and doing things, and it didn't happen to me, but it's happened to you, but I'm here for you for whatever you need.
Thank you.
All right, let's go attack something.
I want Shmi and Gogar, since you're the two that were kind of like formulating a plan and not in the middle of the angel fight, really. That's kind of on Toggle and right now. I want Shmi and Gogar to roll insight.
No.
Insight.
Yeah, I'm
Gogar's
really
best
digging the
ability.
insight. Yeah, I'm digging insights today. Yeah, I don't see anything else.
A
That would,
surprisingly good roll from Shmi.
Also, a surprisingly good roll from Gogar.
all right, so what you both kind of come to realize is that if Drongus just charges over here, which Drongus won't make it anyway, to Ishra, but will make it in another round. Drongus can charge over here, but it's going to be wasted effort. However, Drongus is much closer to Cathexor. And if you can convince Drongus to save Cathexor, and you save Ishra, then Drongus would have a much better chance of making sure that Cathexor was safe. However, right
That's a
now,
really
because of the
good
way
point.
Drongus thinks, is just going to his daughter. So, do you want to do something about that?
That is a really good point that we have simultaneously had to think of. Are you thinking what I is thinking?
I am thinking what you're thinking.
Is it? How are we going to find rubber pants our size? Respectively?
Sizes. There's two different sizes. Those are wildly small and then wildly large and spiny. So those are very good questions.
Very difficult.
And then the other question, which is how is we going to get to Cathexor in time? And how is Drongus going to get to the dragon in time when, if perhaps we switched our goals, we could both get to our things in time?
Yes. Yes, Drongus.
Yes.
Help Cathexor, and we will help Ishra. We are much closer and can get there before you.
This does make sense. I was blinded by my anger. I will save Cathexor, but take care of my daughter. Please.
Oh, of course. Of course. Look, I apparently I'm good with children, so you have nothing to worry about.
I did not know that about you.
I didn't know
It is
about
good to
myself.
know.
Maybe I'll start a school.
Can we
Monster
talk about the
takeout.
hot tub now?
I would love to. Oh, no, wait. We have to fight. We have to save Vistra.
Oh,
Let's do
okay.
that.
I'll just keep doing the work here. Okay, so you don't even know who that was. So let's go ahead. How close can you get? These are 10-foot squares. I'll go ahead and map this out. Drongus is next, so you can move.
I can get there.
Yeah, so Drongus can't attack, but Drongus can block, and Drongus is going to stand over Cathexor protectively. But he spends all of his action charging over in front of Cathexor, just as this soldier bears down with his sword, almost ready to slay Cathexor. Drongus literally just saved his life, blocking it with his axe. If that soldier had not been stopped, Cathexor in death saving throws would have died. Shmi, you can get there, but you can't do anything, correct?
Actually, if I
You're
spend
a monk.
if I spend a key point, I can.
Yeah, so do you want to spend a key point?
Yes, I'm gonna do that, and then
Baby Gogar is still back here, or is it on your back? On your back, right?
On my back,
Okay.
and since I'm already doing that and moving a whole lot, I get to do one melee attack with my horns as a bonus action. So basically, I'm just gonna ram
into him.
that.
Okay, so go ahead and do that attack. Roll to strike.
Yeah.
You have an inspiration if you want to use it. It's on the top of your sheet. I can mark it off for you.
Yeah. No. I
If you want to save it.
Yeah.
Okay, save it. Okay, it's a reroll if you want it.
Because if I do the goring rush, then I don't actually have to spend a key point.
Yeah, and it's not like an advantage. You don't have to use it before you roll. You can use it after you roll.
A 27.
All right.
Almost. They rolled a 19.
27 is way beyond what their AC is, and you have broken through their armor. You have hit them. Roll the damage. This foe has already been badly wounded.
Boom, 10 points of damage.
You ram into this foe. Your horn pierces through their armor, stabbing them through the heart. They fling them forward, and they fall dead to the ground. As Ishra turns, her wing badly damaged. You don't think she can fly right now. But her foe is dead. And the soldier that was here is now defeated. You see other soldiers running towards you, both, and this one that was running towards Cathexor, but they are nowhere near you yet. All right, that's Shmi. Do you have anything else?
No, I don't think I even... No, I don't.
Okay, Drongus has saved Cathexor. That was his whole action. Cathexor, the calculator, has to make a second death saving throw. Christine, can you make that roll for me?
Yes. Oof.
Second death saving throw has been passed. Cathexor is most likely going to live, although he's still grievously wounded. All right, Gogar, you're up.
Okay.
You're on the back of a Totor. There is a lion flying above. However, never mind. The lion stops and is sort of confused as the perpetrator of the spell is dead. So the lion flies kind of aimlessly around. You're going to have to do some work to get him back. But he's not attacking you, but he's flying around here confused.
Gogar is going to reach back out to his deader self. And the deader self will be like, oh, the star fell off. And then pick at another one until that one falls off. And then it goes...
More baby dagger magic bolts fly out from the zombie.
I mean, don't fix what ain't broken, you know?
Yeah. Hey, look, this baby undead Gogar repositional turret thing is working out pretty well for you. Magic missiles cannot be stopped, and since the wall... Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Sorry, Gogar.
Oh.
It hits the wall. The wall is no longer flickering. And the magic missiles are absorbed by it. The last pillar that was knocked expired.
Well,
you got to get another pillar down.
that's the way the pillar crumbles.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Gogar will be issuing his command to the stone golem. If you want, you can collect that now. Just get that out the way. Stone golem is gonna go 5 feet underground because he's got a burrow speed, and then go half the way to this other pillar.
Okay, so do about there, right?
Sure, I think
Okay.
about that's more accurate.
Okay. Jumps to there, like dives through the
Basically,
ground.
it was gonna take 2 turns to get him there. I guess Gogar could do it all in one. He'll use a double move, and he'll just be like right up next to this one, put underground. So
Okay.
next turn he pops
Yeah,
up. and does bam, bam.
the ground starts shaking as this earth golem begins forming in the
How
dirt
far
right there, but not out quite yet. Okay, so that's already taken care of. That is also the end of the round, though. Gogar, do you have anything else that you need to do? I don't think you do.
Nope.
Okay, so that is the end of the round. That means we're dealing with the minions. The troll is dead on the ground. This foe, who was fighting the troll, killed the troll, turns and moves here to attack Shh. Seeing Shh standing there, the soldier takes advantage of the situation. This warrior is now engaged with Gogar. These warriors do a double move as they charge forward towards the dragon that is wounded. Still not there, though. Is your maelstrom still activated, or is that gone?
The maelstrom is gone because of the heat metal attempt.
Yes. Okay, so there is no longer... Whoops, that's under map. All right. No longer a maelstrom. Boom, that's open space. Okay. Cathexor, we already know where he is. This foe is going to attack Drongus with 2 attacks, both of which hit. One of them is a crit. Where is he at? I had already... One moment here. Sorry, I'm dealing with a player's character sheet. I mean, I hate to tell y'all, but Drongus currently has 23 hit points left out of 137.
Oh no.
So he's not doing well. And he's exhausted. So he's not swinging at full capacity. Does he have any... I really feel like I should be playing this better, but that's what it is. He can't frenzy. He can't range. Oh, he has another rage. He's going to rage. He starts raging. I'll add that.
He can also, Mike usually with using bonus actions to take healing potions.
Yeah, I'll have him take 1 healing potion just because I know I probably missed it. Not a great roll, but it does bring him up a little bit. Okay. But he's still low, team. He's at about 35, so still not great for Jarmus. Fighting one of these foes. That is pretty much what's happening here. Ishra is wounded, but isn't stopping. Still fighting. She's going to make the leap to here and engage these 2 warriors. She's going to claw, and bite. Or, no, she doesn't do that. Screw that. She has it because it recharged. She breathes a gout of flame into this direction. And she hits them. And she does... They've already been badly damaged because of the maelstrom. And the charred corpses of these 2 soldiers, these knights, as they charge forward, fall to the ground, their armor red hot from the flames. They fall dead. So those 2 are dead. That's it, though. Everything except for the one foe that remains, which is the angel.
Well, there are also 2 foes
Oh, there's the one that's fighting you. And
next
then
to
there's-
me and Drongus.
Yeah. There's the... Well, I already did the one with Drongus. That's why Drongus is wounded. But I have an attack on you. I have 2 attacks on you. Physical attacks coming into you. What is your current AC? Because I have a 15 and a 25.
My AC is 15.
Okay, so just barely hits on the first one, but definitely hits on the second one. All right. How many hit points do you have left?
More than Drongus.
You do.
67.
That's good. $28 points of damage.
Okay.
As the 2 strikes pierce through you. However, I'm going to give you a reaction. As the magical artifacts of Iomade strike through your flesh, the Eye of Lamashtu burns. I'm going to let you roll a single d20 and see if you're able to negate any of this warrior's magical items for the next round.
Oh, with
It
that
does
mighty
not.
4.
Mighty 4 does nothing, so it does not work. But you do feel like the energies of the Eye of Lamashtu are trying to shield you against the powers that are being wielded against you. All right, so that's the end of the round minus our foe, the angel. And the angel is going to perform a legendary action. Warriors of light, gather your strength. Destroy those that stand against me. All foes that are currently engaged within earshot of the angel, which is the entire battlefield, as her voice echoes through these caverns, gets an immediate attack with their main weapon, and they have an advantage on that attack roll. Drongus first is getting attacked with 1 swing. This isn't the double swing. This is only 1. Hits with the advantage, of course. All right. Drongus takes another 15 points of damage. And that brings Drongus down to 20 points of health. All right. Shh. 1 attack. With an advantage, it's definitely going to hit with 28. You're going to take the full brunt of 18 points of damage.
Ooh, okay.
As the
Down
sword
to
comes
21.
up. Roll a d20.
Okay. 3.
Nothing happens. As this knight stands above you, shh. Toggle, you hear, shh, and you smell Toggle's blood, and feathers kind of fly through the air as another sword strikes down. Die, you wretch! As the soldier, she steps forward and swings heavily into... Shh. That was not all that she's doing, though. Toggle, make another stealth check. You've just killed the jester. You've revealed your position by throwing the dagger.
Yeah, I when he was falling down with the dagger in his chest, I shot up out of the bramble. It's like this.
Oh,
and then
so
I popped back down.
So it was like Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
But with Toggle, you were the laughing dog in that classic Nintendo game. All right, I need you to make a stealth check, though.
Damn. Yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
15.
Yeah. Toggle, you feel strangely exposed. Make
Strangely exposed.
make for me. Wow. Make for me. Doesn't matter. Hold on. It's just an attack. Your AC is currently 16?
Yes.
You're hit.
Wait, who's attacking me? Because I do have uncanny dodge. And
The
as long as
angel
I can...
reaches her hand out after you're
Okay.
gloating over the death of the jester, and a
I
beam of radiant energy glowing shoots forth from her sword and pummels through the brambles, causing them to explode outward as you are hit square in the chest. Do you have uncanny dodge against that?
I mean, yeah, if I see the attacker,
Yeah,
do
you
the
see
attack,
the attacker. You see the
Yeah.
attacker. So,
I could use my reaction to have the attacker's damage against me.
okay, you're going to have this as you roll
Yes.
out of the way. And that's a good thing because it's 54 points of radiant damage.
Holy cheese on rye, Batman. So you said 53?
Yeah.
So do we want to do like 26?
Yeah, we'll call it 26.
26?
As Toggle's body is infused with this divine light, a second beam shoots forth from her open hand. This is coming from the sword as it's blasting Toggle. The other beam shoots out to the warrior that's standing over Shh. And Shh, you're watching as this knight, her wounds are healed in front of you. And she is basked in this golden light of Iomedae. Cuts are knitting back together, bruises are disappearing, and she looks to be at the peak of her health as she is fully healed, standing above you. Your folly was in thinking that you could defeat the followers of Iomedae. Your punishment is death, and it will be swift. Fear not. That is where we're going to end our session tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. I don't know, did we make it? I heard some jingle, jangle noises happening. Sorry, I was in the middle of an intense combat. Looking back up into the chat here to see what I missed. Did we get another donation? I don't know. Did we hit any of our goals? Maybe. No, we didn't hit any of our goals. That's it. Great. These bars aren't going to change, though. They're going to be here all week, and I'm going to be in the broom closet painting. We'll talk about all of that. Let's go around. Let's say hi to everybody and say goodbye. Tell people where you can be found if you want to, where you're at or where you're at on social media. I kind of know how this goes, so let's just blaze through it real quickly. Gogar, do you have anything you want to say?
Gogar will be here next week. Hopefully, it will be slightly more on time. But you know what? It is really quite hard sometimes to guarantee. Gogar do his best.
We love having you here regardless. We'll take you late rather than not have you at all. Christine, do you have anything you want to say?
No, I'll see you next week.
All right. Shoshana, anything you want to say? Whoa, we just got a donation there. Perhaps because I was saying, did we get a donation? Sorry, wasn't digging for that. But Debichi, 1,000 bits. Holy cow. Love the stream, Debichi says. We are absolutely so glad that you love the stream. We do it all for you. Thank you again for that donation. That helps us to do things here around the Scabby Rooster. We really are trying to improve things. I just dropped a whole lot of money on some cool camera equipment, so we're going to show that real soon. Frosty just dumped in 101 little biddies, too. Or, I'm sorry, 111 biddies. Thank you, Frosty, for that donation. We really do appreciate it. If you're not already, please follow. Jump into our Discord. That's one of the easiest ways. We don't expect you to donate anything at all. If you're able to, shout it out. Like, let people know that we're here. Share us on social media and let people know where they can find us. Go check out our YouTube. Do all those things. Soshi, what are you doing? Are you doing anything you want to talk about?
No.
Okay, great. Anything you want to say?
I love you all.
Okay.
Just jazzed to be on the show.
We love you too. We're glad you're here. What about you, Nobo? Do you want to talk about the Nobo show and what you're doing this week?
I also love Soshi. Okay, so yeah, this week on the Nobo show, we're going to be playing more Valheim on Thursday with Devin and Zeke and maybe Cohen, maybe Randori, and friend of the channel, John Lynn. It's going to be a great time. We get into all kinds of fun shenanigans, and it's awesome. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursday.
Go check out the Nobo show, doing all kinds of fun stuff here all the time. Natterrock donated $5 earlier, and there was a message that didn't automate. It's supposed to automatically read it out. We had a bit of a trouble with it. Natterrock, would you do me the favor of repeating the message here so that I can... Natterrock, again, 100 bits right there. On top of the $5, what can I read for you, my friend? If you've got a message, dump it back in here, or somebody in the chat dump it in here, and I'll read it out right now. We apologize. We really do need to work on our bots a little bit and make sure that everything's flowing better. I mean, look at this beautiful stream. You know, Magical Girl Fab, Vesperilla, and I work really hard to make everything look cool, and we hope you like it too, but not everything works all the time. Let me see what we've got here. I'm still digging back here on chat, but if somebody could dump it into the front, that might be a little bit quicker. We'll give it a second here. I don't know. Did that actually get... no, it didn't get us to our thing. Let me talk about this while I'm waiting. I'm in the broom closet every single day that I'm not doing another stream. So on Mondays, I do this. On Tuesdays, I'm over at Hunter's Entertainment running a zombie survival nightmare. And it is horror with a capital H. And it's a much different type of game. Not fun and lighthearted. It is pretty intense, and there are content warnings and all that, but it's very cathartic, and especially in the pandemic, we've had a really good time over at Hunter's Entertainment sort of telling some nightmares together, and it was worth it, you know. And we've been doing that for the whole time, and we would love for you to come over there and check that out. But then on Wednesdays we release a Realms Apart, and this week we have a special Realms Apart that's actually going to be the audio podcast version, and we're going to share that for the first time. It's going to be a little premiere here. Realms Apart is a Forgotten Realms homebrew. It takes some of the concepts of Realms Apart, but it changes it completely into a new and much different world than maybe what you're used to if you're familiar with all that lore. It's played by some amazing LARPers and content creators from all around the world. We call it Realms Apart because it is a lot of D&D players that are nowhere near each other. We have players from London, Canada, Australia, all over the United States, and even further out. And we'd love for you to come check it out. We are very excited about what we're doing there, and we've been putting a lot of heart into it. It's not so much funny. It has moments of funny, but it's a little more straightforward of a D&D campaign. They're certainly just playing heroes and classical characters. But that's every Wednesday, and then the rest of the week, pretty much bar none, except for Sundays, we're trying to put on some hobby streaming. So I am in the broom closet trying to get rid of all the gray plastic that I've got staring in front of me, working on miniatures for my book, Arcane Arts, which is already listed on Simon & Schuster, some websites. I think you can even pre-order it now. Not even sure. But there are all kinds of things coming up in the near future. We are going to be at Gen Con, and if you're going to be anywhere near that, even though it's going to be a bit of a cluster bomb, we would love for you to come socially distance, say hello. There's some ways to do that. We are doing a Dungeon Master show or two there. We're also doing some LARP panels. So if you're in the Indianapolis area and are brave enough to come out, trust me, it's completely understood if you decide not to go to conventions yet, as things have been kind of tough out there. But either way, let us know, and we're going to figure it all out. Natarok, actually, in total, has donated $15. Thank you. Sorry about that. I posted to heal Gogar or potions to the party. The Elder God Exune has found this party entertaining. So what I'm going to do for those donations is I'm going to give Gogar full health. Gogar, you're at full health.
I think Gogar was at full health.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give Gogar an extra potion then. And we'll have you work it all out with Vesperilla beyond that. Natarok, thank you so much for the donations. Thank you everyone for the kindnesses. Again, it's not ever required by any stretch, but it is certainly appreciated. And we're gonna be back here next Monday, of course. We're gonna be doing this as we always do. And all we ask is that you find us. Find us in the Discord if you want to talk about stuff. If you haven't already, you can make a Hero Forge model. You can drop it in there. And stay tuned for more. We'll see you next week back in the dungeon, everybody. Have a great night. Take care.